Touchdown, Devo in the slot. This is my end zone. Give me everything you got. Defense, hit him with that Cosa Nostra. Quan Alexander, this dance, kick both sides. 49er Empire, 49er Empire. This is for the fan base, die hard, set by. Stand up, 49 to the heart, baby. Paul Lord back again, stick hard. Levi, let's go.
I waited till now because I'm waiting to see what happens to those lucky ass Hawks and the Vikings. Both teams have a lot at stake, so they both got the pedal to the metal. But boy, I tell you what, I tell you, Vikings, you can do this. Get them slimy, lucky, man. I'll get them because It's just, that's the way it should be. All right, put them bees where in their place. Whoa! Hey, fam, you know what? DJ Jones, ankle, Richard Sherman, sprained knee, Kowalski T, the ribs. But as Richard Sherman will probably play next week, he already promised he's going to play next week. I don't know about Kowalski. Ribs are a serious thing, especially in this position. DJ Jones, that in itself is probably the biggest factor, you know? Because I think Mosley can come in and do an adequate job, if not a great job, in Richard Sherman's behalf. And, of course, Marcel Harris, I actually thought Marcel Harris was going to challenge Kowalski T this year for his spot. But Kowalski came in and played, off the hook football this year, so we will miss him. You never know. Kowalski may show up. I don't know how bad it is. Rib injury is it just bruised? Well, which still hurts like crazy. And in fact, if you've ever bruised ribs, I've had bruised ribs before. I don't know what a broken rib feels like, but I know one thing: bruised ribs, man. Everything is restricted. You can't be making no quick movements to the left, right, or anywhere. Anything that involves the core, it's gonna hurt. It was martial art. It's like when I got it. If you throw a punch, you gotta extend all the way around. When you do that, it just, and if it's on the other side, same thing. It just hurts. So we'll see what they can do. Otherwise, Marcel Harris is going to come in and did a great job, as you know, with what he did in this game. He would have gotten the game ball with that snatch away from Action Jackson had it worked. So, we're not going to really be hurting. Kowalski does have a little bit of edge on him now, though. DJ Jones, there's nobody to replace DJ Jones in that lineup. And actually, I understand that Julian Taylor, there's something going on with his elbow. So now we have to depend on Sheldon Day, who's better at pass rushing than he is actually plugging up the middle. We'll see how that all works out. Meantime, fam, let us now go down through Monday Night's Raw, the report cards, offense. And I'm not giving out any grades tonight. I'm going to let you give your grades out. Tell me what you feel as we get to the phones, all right? Let's start with the offense, the game's most impressive speedster. Hey, no offense to Lamar, but I tell you, it might have been him the dream. Mostert, 19 carries, 146 yards. A TD who consistently reached the edge on outside zone runs and ripped off gains. 40 yards, 19 yards, 18 yards, 16 yards. No matter how hard Booger McFarland wants to lie about how well the Ravens set the edge against the 49ers, the numbers say, Booger, shut up. No, they didn't. What do those numbers tell you, fool? And Jimmy G was solid, 110.2 rating in the slop and received strong protection as far as receiving 2 sacks. Here's the thing. Did you notice, now the INT possibility was there, and that seems to be getting, he's getting control of that. Joe Staley played a bigger role. These guys that are coming in untouched and at 100 miles an hour, you will continue. Now, everybody's blaming Jimmy Garoppolo for those fumbles, but I got to tell you right now, 265, 70-pound lineman coming in 100 miles an hour. What does Jimmy go, like 220 maybe on his best day? That's got to be stopped, all right? Because I want to go to the source of this problem. Yeah, geez, he's fumbling the ball, but he's not fumbling the ball unless he gets blasted. I'm on his side for that. Get them mofos off of him. All right, and especially if they're going to come in, slow them down. Don't have them coming in there at 100 miles an hour. God, that's bugging me. Anyway, G began the game by firing a 33-yard TD pass on 4th and 2, but that was the end of the match. He couldn't repeat that 4th and 1 on the final possession of the game, which didn't carry. We'll talk about that. George Kittle was a monster as usual, playing a block and roll for most of the game as the 49ers had 174 yards. Rushing yards and average 6 yards a carry, but was quiet by the standards as a pass catcher. George Kittle, as you know, this dude lights it up. It's interesting what Kyle's doing, but I'm not sure if this is the right approach. You take George out of the hands, you take George out of position to wreak havoc out on the flat, but he's doing his number inside. Maybe the ball carriers have a little bit. It's really. Let George loose out there against the defense, or let him actually go ahead and assist in the run game. Because, my God, he's a great facilitator when it comes to, I don't know. Defense, they made a seemingly unstoppable offense look plain, ordinary for the most part. This is why it's written up this way. The Ravens had 283 yards. That is 150 yards below their average. Managed 6 points in the final 48 minutes and converted 3 of 10 on the third downs. See, that's why I'm telling you, Bobby Saleh. Action Jackson was slowed with the rest of the offense. He managed just 49 rushing yards and 68 passing yards after the Ravens took a 14-7 lead early in the second quarter. Safety, Marcel Harris backing up the Kwaski T. Forceful strip of Jackson shortly after halftime. That was going to be the play of the day had the 49ers won. But like I say, 49ers, this is why I say there is no team in the NFC that can actually run the 49ers. And I don't think there's any team in the AFC that can stop the Ravens. This is why I say we may have very well seen preview to Super Bowl 2020. Hey, special teams, it may have been field conditions, or maybe it was the quadriceps injury that had sidelined Robbie G for the previous 3 games. I'm looking to bail him out, okay? Whatever the case, goal was not cold. Goal was not cold. I'm telling you, man. And some witnesses are claiming that it appeared that he took a less than aggressive swing at that 51-yard field goal attempt just before the half. That was partially blocked. Is the leg okay or not? Is Robbie concerned about his salary that he hustled back out a little earlier? You know what? Bring the kid back, okay? Unless that leg is ready. We can't afford half-hearted efforts in that situation. Everything mattered. Everything mattered in that game when you got teams that are so closely matched. Kyle Shanahan didn't consider attempting a 53-yard field goal late in the fourth quarter, and Gold's previous attempt may have played a factor in that decision. But then again, Coach Shanahan was not without his own faults on this particular day. In fact, Shanahan might have been giving Jackson too much respect when he tried to bleed the clock just before halftime. So the Ravens couldn't get the ball back. Fear. Was it fear or good judgment? That conservative approach led to Gold's missed kick. Given the way the 49ers were running, it's easy to second-guess Shanahan's decision to throw it on 4th and 1 on the 49ers' last drive. He did make the right call by sticking with Mostert and keeping starter TC, 5 carries, 6 yards, on the sideline and out the way. This was not his day. Give it to the hot hand, and Heem was unfriggin' stoppable. The players credited Bobby Saleh's adjustments for their ability, so Bobby Saleh gets an A on the day for his coaching abilities. It was his adjustments for their ability to slow down the Ravens' attack after the initial flurry in their first half unstoppable charge. Well, we may lose him, fam. We may lose him. Bobby Saleh is proven to be special. All he needed was, like I said last year, all he needed is some tools. This is a very smart man. And then they gave him Chris Kasurik and Kiffin. That didn't hurt matters either. Hopefully, Kyle Shanahan, Jed York, they get together, listen, pay this guy whatever it takes to keep him here until the Super Bowl run is over. If he wants to go out seeking his own after 2 or 3 years, 4 years, fine. But right now, we need him just as much as we need everybody on this team that's currently playing a part. Overall, they were playing on the East Coast in a game with a 10 a.m. start. West Coast kickoff time against a team that had been blowing opponents to bits, just blowing them up. And the 49ers said, damn, now we're the Niners. We ain't them, and they ain't us. Get ready to rumble! Oh, they went toe-to-toe with the Ravens. And oddly, in a loss, it might have erased any further questions about whether the 49ers belong in a conversation with the NFL elite in 2019. Stop it. You're still getting a little disrespect from the NFL networks, but for the most part, fam, I got to admit, even Stephen A., nothing but good things to say about the Niners. We're about to get it, fam. We're about to gain the respect that we so well deserve. Nobody goes in the Ravens' house and do what the 49ers did. That was obvious. That was clear by any bias whatsoever. The 49ers are for real. The only 2 losses of the season, though, have added up to only 6 points, courtesy of game-ending walk-off field goals. A lot of folks are blaming Kyle Shanahan's clock management and uncharacteristic respect for an opponent on actually both occasions. Everybody's saying go for the tie against the Hawks. Yesterday, Shanahan could have moved that ball closer. Haim was working him. Continue to run Haim, Kyle. You don't let that clock run down that low. Use that time. There's no telling what you can do. Shanahan is learning right along with the team, fam. I know this dude is a savant. He is the bee's knees when it comes to making play calls. But there are still some hurdles he has to get over. I wouldn't trade Shanahan for nobody in the league, but he's got to see a few things, just like Jimmy G's got to go through this growing pain, just like the 49ers, as I mentioned, in months gone by. It is that level of maturity the 49ers have to reach just before they start to dominate and could create the next dynasty. But these are things we got to go through right now. We got to be patient. It's going to come on. I'm going to leave everything to your judgment. I ain't passing no grades myself. I like what I saw yesterday. I'm proud of him. I can't be proud of him. All right. Hey, Daniel Serrano. Shout out to Jeff, the twerking tornado. Damn. Oh, God. You guys, boy, you're killing me, boy. Taz the Machine, what's up? And fam, it's my birthday today. Oh, Taz, all right. Hold on. Anonymous. Anyway, Anonymous, I'll leave it at that. I keep it. Children could be watching. We got to get them back in the Super Bowl. Don't worry. Hey, Anonymous, I ain't worried, man. I believe the 49ers will be more ready than ever next time. And as I say, every week is another experience for them to mature and grow. Anonymous says, Jimmy G gets a C+, no live. Jimmy could have played one graded stronger. We win that game. It's coming. It's coming. I keep reminding people this is his first full season. When you think about that, dude is a badass. Wait till he gets 2 or 3 seasons under his belt. Jim JP, what up? But also Marcel missed on that tackle on Lamar and 3rd and 1. Yeah, give it to take it away, And literally that's what probably happened. Marcel was doing that last year. He's a guy that launches himself rather than aims his tackles. So he's got that Reuben Foster thing going on too. Chad Garrett said basically Mostert got more than 1 yard to carry. And we throw it again on 4th and 1. And when I said before, watch them pull the stupid. Chad, a quarterback sneak works, 90% of the time on those kind of situations? Do it, Kyle. Just do it. Kyle's always got to get really, you know what? He's so smart. He overthinks things, and he outsmarts himself sometimes. It was a boneheaded move. Sean Bullard. Oh, hey. I said, roll out the red and gold carpet in that dude. Thanks, Sean. Natasha Walker says, Ronbo, we had some bum calls by the refs. Yeah, we did. But, I hate to put the game in the hands of the refs. The 49ers had every opportunity toward the end of that game to pull that out. It was a combination of things. They learned from it. We got to move on. We're 10-2. We can't nitpick too much. Right? Alejandro Navarro, he says, as long as we win out, we should have a first-round bye. But 14-2 is all good. We do. But you know what? I thought there's a lot of pressure on tonight's game. The Seahawks needed to lose. They don't really, because the Seahawks don't necessarily win out, but the 49ers probably do, because we get back to being the 49ers. What they did with this defense this week is the 49ers had to readjust what they do best. It took a little bit of the poison or the venom out of their fangs. Mr. Block Eyes 22, hey, we lost that game. The Ravens didn't beat us. That 4th and 1 killed us. Should have gave Mostert the ball. He got the game ball, in my opinion. Kyle just going to have to look back and make adjustments. And I say, these are all learning experiences that we're not going to have to be concerned with another year from now, another 2 years from now, when everybody says the 49ers, the Super Bowl goes through Santa Clara each and every year. We'll look back upon 2019. We'll say, boy, remember 2019? We was that close to being the most dominant team in football, but we had to get past where we were, and now look at us. You know, hey, Taz the Machine. Love the name. Happy Niners birthday to Taz. Happy Niners birthday to Taz. Happy Niners birthday, Big Taz. And may we bring a championship to that beater. Let me go ahead and check out with Shay Lewis. Shay, come on in, man. Shay?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, Ronbo.
Yeah, Shay.
How you doing?
Hey, all right, fam. You know, Monday Night Raw.
Hawks just scored another touchdown, so now they're up 10.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, Vikings, man.
Yeah, the Vikings. It's
We
like
gotta do it
Trez.
ourselves.
As Trez
But,
says, man, they can't beat nobody.
Yeah. I mean, we flooded the Packers for them, and they can't even beat the Seattle Seahawks for us. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Just some things I want to touch up on, Ronbo, real quick. Yeah, I think yesterday was a good game, Ronbo, all said and done. I think the 49ers fought hard. It would be cool, though, to see, what the weather implications don't play a pretty big factor, at least for the 49ers scheme. And some people are saying, well, the Ravens played in the same weather, too. But the difference between the 49ers and the Ravens is the Ravens style of football is they give it to Ingram, which you can go north-south, which is a lot easier than going horizontal on the field in the rain. You can go north-south. The Ravens can go north-south with their run game, or they could turn it into an east-west with Lamar, scrambling to the sideline or whatever. But the 49ers' base actual scheme is really just east-west, and then they do the play action off that with misdirection and cutbacks. And it's kind of hard to do that in the rain because of, people slipping. If one person slips on the route, then the whole play is dead. It's hard to take somebody east side of the field and then have everybody, misdirection back west in that rain without, having the proper footing, cleats. Anything could, play a factor in that. And it's funny that everybody, I think a lot of people discredit the rain a little too much because it actually is a big factor. Because one quick thing I want to say real fast, Ronbo, the 49ers ran the least amount of play action plays in that game. And do you know what the other game was when they ran the least amount of play action game? Was against the Redskins. And those were both rain games, which played a huge factor on Kyle's scheme. I think in the 4th and 1, if it wasn't raining, I think in the 4th and 1, I think Kyle comes out in single back and then raws a misdirection or, does, his motion wide receivers, all that, with all the misdirection. But it's kind of hard to do that, snapping with misdirection with the ball being all wet and stuff like that. You have to make calculated risks. And I don't think with all the movement on the line and everything like that, you're not able to make the scheme look, as good as it is with all that rain because, you're worried about fumbling, you're worried about, slipping, people, losing the grip on the field and stuff like that. So I just would like to see the Ravens and 49ers in like a neutral environment, no weather, nice, good day, and see them battle it out.
What you want to see, you want to see them play in Miami for the Super Bowl is what you're talking about. But neutral,
absolutely,
somewhat
Ronbo,
neutral
absolutely.
and dry
but,
and warm. Yeah.
Right, no, absolutely. But I feel like this game against the Saints, I think this is a get-right game for the 49ers. I think we go in there and we prove ourselves yet again that this defense is, not to be, messed around with. So we'll see. They held a Hall of Fame quarterbacks in some abysmal numbers. Lamar didn't look MVP like my brother Dre was saying. Hey, everybody thought he was Jesus or something, bro. And all of a sudden, they quieted him. You know what I'm saying? They made him look human and be like, oh, man, there's game plan. Oh, real quick, Rumble, one last thing. It's just funny. The second half, the 49ers found a blueprint. Guess how many rushing yards the Ravens had? 44 rushing yards in the whole entire second half. Just something that, for people to, look at. Like, okay, they actually started getting –
yeah, I think it was 48, but yeah, I know.
Oh, 48. Okay, 48,
Hmm.
44 rushing yards. Either way, it just goes to show that the 49ers were starting to clamp on. But anyways, shout out to my TNT brothers, Will, Dre, Trey from VA, the homie Russo, Jerry Fresh, Big Show, all my TNT guys, man. You know who they are. Love them guys. But Ronbo, we control our own destiny at this point, and we just got to go take it game by game and win games, man. But Ronbo, thank you for being the best in the business. Love you, brother. And
Thanks, man.
go Niners,
Love is
baby.
right back at you. All right, Shay. Have a great night, fam. I got to tell you though, I kind of laugh at the fact that even if we do somehow end up as a wild card, do you know we'd end up playing first? The Cowboys, who can't beat a team that plays over 500 football to save their life. It's not a good thing, but I don't know how bad a thing it is either. It's kind of funny. Point I still have a chance on this though. Hey, Will, Dollar Bill, Will.
Whoa, what's cracking tonight, man?
Man, I'm just looking at this yesterday's game in all perspective. Yesterday I was a little pissed. Today I just realized though, yeah, maybe to get mad, but to lose to that team by 3 points on a field goal, I still feel excellent about this team. But if there's some things you want to single out and spotlight, go right ahead. It's Monday Night Raw.
Well, man, I think we played good football yesterday, man. You look at the past teams that the Ravens played these past couple of weeks. They blew teams out. That's what happens. When good teams play against us, man, they play other teams, they blow them out. They put stats up on them. They beat up on them, and then when they come to us, it's a whole different story. We beat up on them. Then after that, they go back to beating up on other people. So that just shows, man, we're a great football team. This defense, man, is elite. It's the best defense in the NFL. Everybody's so high up on Lamar Jackson. Yes, Lamar Jackson has God-given talent. Can't take that away from him. He is a playmaker, man, and he deserves to be in this league. But I'm telling you, man, this defense, man, it's the best in the business. It's the best in the business, man, and I could care less about what any media person says or what any 49er hater says. But we the best, man. These next couple of games, we're going to win them all, man. We're going to win them all. One thing we need some adjustments, man. Our running game, I think Kyle need to make an adjustment, man. I think the 1-2 punch should be Breida and Mostert.
Everybody does.
I mean,
and you ain't getting no argument from anybody on that. TC should be used in another capacity. Maybe that pass-catching running back out of the backfield. Test him out, see if he can run early on, but don't depend on him like you can Mostert and Breida.
Yeah, I think Mostert is more decisive. He sees holes better, and when he sees it, he's real quick of getting in there and making that big play.
Right now, exactly.
I mean, the way he called up the Ravens Sunday, man. I mean, every time he's in the game, man, he's making an impact.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Tevin, he's a good back and all, but I think Mostert sees the hole better than Tacoma can, and Mostert can make plays, man. To be honest with you, Ronbo, if Kyle would have put Mostert in the past few games against the Cardinals and the Seahawks, we would have had a lot of running yards on them, because I believe Mostert has that gift of good vision.
Mm-hmm.
As we all know, speed, and he can make an impact, man. Running game and the passing game.
Yeah.
So I mean, he should get more playing time. Him and Breida, man. That should be the 1-2 punch. Mostert and Breida. I mean, that's my opinion, man. Defensively, Marcel Harris will have to step up. I mean, Kyle said that Jaquiski started day to day with his rib injury, but I highly doubt he'll play.
Yeah, that's pretty
But
serious.
Marcel Harris, he came up big Sunday with that strip, and getting that ball back, man. So he's like I said, I was high on him last year, and I expect him to play big this year, and also this coming Sunday. But I'm telling you what, man, the Saints don't scare me at all. I mean, they really don't. They not the Saints. They not the Saints of past. I mean, the way the Falcons play. I mean, if the Falcons had a good if they had a good offense, Ronbo, those two onside kick recovers that they got 2 in a row that Thanksgiving game, Falcons would have beat them if they had an offense, but they don't. So they lost the game. So I mean, I'm not scared. Breeze is a pocket passer.
Will, did you say that if the Falcons?
He'll be
Well,
playing.
question. I'm sorry, Will. Question. Did you say if the Falcons had an offense?
Yeah, if they had an offense, they would have beat the Saints. If they had an offense.
They got the Falcons. There's something going on with their coaching. The Falcons got an incredible offense. They're not using. I don't know. You know what? It's the same thing. I don't know. It's crazy.
If they had an offense, the record would have proved it.
Yeah,
their record would have showed.
I just don't. Matty Ice. I don't understand. Julio. I don't understand what's going on over there, but it's strange. But go ahead.
But yeah, man. But like I say, man, we don't need no help from the other teams. When you're the best team in the league, I don't give a damn what nobody says. These media people ain't watching no damn. They ain't watching these football games. They're just reading shit off a piece of paper at their desk. They're not watching these games. They don't know nothing. So I mean, we're gonna win these games. We're gonna win these games, man. We're gonna win them, man. Oh. I mean, I have no doubt in my mind, man. Kyle's gonna make the adjustment he needs. The defense gonna continue to play hard. Offense gonna continue to get better. Debo, Emmanuel Sanders, and Kendrick Bourne, their chemistry is gonna get better and better going starting now all the way off through the playoffs. And we ready, man. I mean, I'm not worried about. I ain't worried about a damn thing about this thing. No matter what seed we in, we gonna come out. We're gonna come out on top.
We're gonna take care of business.
Dust settles, we're gonna come out on top, man.
There you go. All right, well, I'll tell you what, man. I'm gonna see you later on this week. And see what happens especially that injury report. All right, fam.
All right, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out my TNT fam. I play upon the Dre, Big Show, Russo, St. Louis, Red 49, Hint, Jerry Fresh, man. Shout out to the Ronbo Sports Fan Club, man. Sheik, Jersey Joe, Rico, my man Steve, man. Russo, all them guys, man. Hey, man, F the Rams, really, they lost and they bankrupt. All right, Ronbo.
All right. I will. And I know that. Hey, Daniel, SF49's fan 5249 says, can't call it work, so my holler at you is at Kyle and Jimmy. Kyle's play calling at the end of each half was terrible. 4th and 1, and he caroled it with a pass. G's strip sack fumbles killed us in 2 losses. That's true. Also, he says Heem has never stopped behind the line of scrimmage all day, and Ravens only had 10 guys on the field before a guy called a TO. Should have run for the first. See, this is why there's so many factors involved in that loss. It's hard to spotlight which one had the biggest impact on the loss when there's so many. But if you got a favorite you like to pick on, then you'll go ahead. It's Monday night. Hey, Phil, come on in. Hey, thanks for that contribution. Daniel, let's say 495-249. Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey. Well, and add to the misery, the Hawks beat the hapless Vikings, who don't really belong in the NFC. God, what a bunch of clowns!
I'm watching the game. It's horrible.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have Thielen again. I don't know. Thielen magically disappears every time they play. That's fine. We don't need anybody to help us.
You know what? I'm looking at the results. I mean, that interception against Minnesota, that was pass interference.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Seahawks get away with everything.
Always.
Everything.
And even more so in the clink.
But even then, here's my problem. My problem is with Shanahan. I'm sorry. Against Seattle, he should have got the tie. We'd have a game
Cushion.
lead if he had gotten the tie and just didn't go and try to throw the ball and go 3 and out and give what's his name another chance.
Russie? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to say his name.
I know. It's such a jerk.
Voldemort.
He got away again.
Yeah. And so, and then the second thing is run the ball. Run the ball when you got 4th and 1. Why are you throwing it?
Just get the
raining.
first down and let's go.
Get
go.
the first
You
down.
can start
Give
over.
it to Mustard. Come
Quarterback
on.
sneak, anything you could have done. Run the jet sweep. You don't see
Quarterback
that
sneak,
coming.
I think,
Debo
would've
could
been
get it
tough,
done.
But I thought if you run the ball off tackle, and we would have gotten the first down.
And just fall down. That's all you got to do. Off tackle, fall down. If you get, unless there's anything else, go get it. But there's so many options other than that one. This is why I can't spotlight any one person in this game. When you look at all the dumb mistakes.
But I'm mad at Shanahan. There's 2 games that he has made crucial errors in judgment.
Yeah.
I love him as a coach. He's much better than what we've had.
Yeah. And much better than most teams have.
Go, man.
Yeah.
You've got a big game coming up. It's a must-win against the Saints.
Yeah, they're all must win from now on.
Yeah.
And
You've got to win every game now.
a showdown in Seattle, provided they win every game, because the Hawks I think they got a cushy schedule from being out. A showdown in Seattle and take the bread off their table in that game would be awesome. So we'll see.
Yeah, well, but you know what? The Rams, Seattle
all of a
at the
sudden
Rams
playing.
is not a gimme.
Oh, that's right. They got to play the Rams, and the Rams
here.
all of a
I
sudden look
think
like they're
we're
ready to
gonna
play. Okay. I forgot about that game.
So you know what? That's a game that could be a toss-up. But we have to win this Saints game. We almost have to. And Kyle's put us in that point. If he had gotten a tie, we wouldn't have had to win that game.
Yeah.
So, I think you got to see the forest through the trees. And Kyle hasn't done that yet, even when he was with Atlanta.
Yeah.
So he's a great offensive mind. We'll give him that. That's for sure. But game day time management coaching, he screwed up.
Phil, you know what really worries me about that too? I not looking through red gold glasses for a second. Andy Reid is one of the greatest coaches as far as mind that there has been forever, right? But he still has a tendency to do the wrong thing
Screw up.
in big game.
Yeah.
I hope
got
Kyle
it.
isn't that guy.
I
We'll
think
see.
somebody needs to be in Kyle's ear
Yeah.
during the game.
Will he listen to him though?
He's got, that's the problem. These guys have to shut their ego down and say, okay, what's best in the long picture, in the big picture, and go with it. But,
Yeah.
these guys just don't want to do that.
Anyway, Phil, we're going to have to hold this. This is going to be our next conversation going into this game coming up this weekend. And
But anyway, Ronbo, I was so frustrated yesterday. I called you twice, and I hung up.
I saw you. We were bringing you up too, and then you were gone. But anyway.
Yeah, because I was so pissed off. I was so angry.
No, there's no reason to lose that game. Anyway, we'll be fine. Anyway, Phil, I'll see you later this week. All right.
But we're 10-2.
Yeah.
Right?
How bad can we be?
We win the rest of our games, we're okay.
We're in. That's
We
it.
got to win the rest of our games.
That's all we got to do. It's all in our hands.
Right. That's right.
All right, Phil. Have a good night, Phil.
Getting a little greedy here.
Yeah, but we do have to go 14-2, unless the Hawks slip up this weekend. Awesome. All right, Phil.
Yeah.
Talk to you later.
Ronbo.
All right.
Take care. Bye.
You too. Hey, Neon, come on in, man.
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
Listen, now all of a sudden, cruising along, now all of a sudden we got to be concerned because the Vikings got their butt beat to death in Seattle. So, Dion, and some of you, what are you thinking as yesterday's game as far as defense, offense, special teams, coaching, anything you want to take a shot at? Go right ahead.
It's very simple, Ronbo. I don't want another game to come down to a fucking field goal at all.
Thank
Nothing.
you.
Nothing.
Oh, I'm so
I don't want
tired of
another
that.
game to come down to a field goal, period, point blank. Because when it came down to a field goal with Seattle,
We don't
Chase
do
McLaughlin hooked the ball so far to the left, we didn't even know if it stayed in the stadium.
It's
And then
all
when it
out in the
came down
tunnel.
to a field goal versus the Ravens, everybody's saying, oh, it possibly got tipped. That's why it went to the right. Now, it was only a little bit to the right, but either way,
Still.
Robbie ain't been spectacular this year. So I don't want another game coming down to a field goal. But on the bright side of things, this isn't a bad loss. I had so many Ravens fans talking all kinds of crap because they won, but what they don't realize is we shut down Lamar. Lamar, yes, he had a passing touchdown. He had a rushing touchdown. He passed for 105 yards, and he barely got that 100-yard mark. Like, people aren't respecting what we did. We held them to the lowest output as far as points all season long. People aren't even respecting what our defense did.
A lot of people are.
Saying, well, the Ravens won, and they're so great, and they're this, and they're that.
It's
they
mixed.
didn't even see that we shut them down.
It's at least
and we
mixed,
have the
though.
Saints.
It's
That's
at least
for
mixed,
passing offense. We had the number one passing D in the league, as we showed last week, in horrible conditions. People got to start with the disrespect and get with the respect. We're still
Dion, can I hold you up there? Dion, can I just get a word in? The only thing I do mention, though, what we have to do as a fan base, we got to realize there is a lot of positives coming in, too. It's not all negative as we would have expected. Some people are, even Stephen A. Smith is on board with the 49ers, and he's giving them the nod versus the
Very surprising. Very surprising to that.
Yeah.
I completely was baffled when they said, who are you more impressed by, the 49ers or the Ravens? And he said the Niners. The reason that he's impressed by us because he saw what he saw.
Yeah.
He saw us hold Lamar to, a very low offensive output. But what I can say is that was the plus to the game. And then next week, we got Staley coming back. We got Breida coming back. D4 should be there. So you add D4 to a statuesque, Drew Brees in the pocket, and his get off, we should be able to get to him. And then we have the number one passing D in the league. The only question is Uncle Sherman going to play? Because if not, I'm not going to lie, I'm worried about Michael Thomas because Michael Thomas and Drew Brees, that those two mix very well. And then Michael Thomas is a spectacular receiver. He is A1, top-notch, number one. So that's the only thing that really bothers me. I'm not really worried about their run game and Alvin Kamara because that's been kind of non-existent and Kamara's been on the mend. But we still got him, Ronbo. Ain't nothing to be worried about. Everybody out there panicking. Stop pushing the panic button.
Yeah.
And, in the words of Aaron Rodgers, even though we broke him off, RELAX, everybody relax. We still got this. All we got to do is win out, and we're fine. But no more field goals, man. No more games decided by field goals.
I like staying out of those.
Screw that last play up. He should have ran the ball with Raheem because Raheem was running all over them, man.
Yeah, one thing, though. I don't mind seeing another 3-point game. I just want to see the 49ers win one of those so I can know for sure that in that situation they'll come up with this right move. Don't continue to lose in that aspect. You lose two games, no matter what Jimmy does, no matter what this guy does, but you're in a position to win, find the right number to push it. Let me just finish this. Just find the right combination of things to do, and that'll show that we know we can do it, and that game is going to come up later. Because that's where the playoffs are. So
you got it. You got it. You got it right to hit the nail on the head. And I know I got to go. I'll say this though. What the thing is, we have to make sure that we're calling the right plays at the right time. Yeah. If Shanahan runs that ball, Raheem is running all over that defense. They have no answer for him. You know what I'm saying? And all we really had to do was just be a little more sound and a little more disciplined. We should have had a spy on Lamar on defense. Somebody job should have been basically, if Lamar go to the bathroom, stand outside the door. If Lamar goes in, you right there with him. If he want to go say hi to his mama, sit there and say, "What's up? I'm on the couch. How you doing?" We should have had a spy on him, and basically their job should have been just to follow him wherever he goes, because that would have put it to a situation where we knew where he was at all times. Because if you don't,
real quick though,
it's hard to keep.
Dion, real quick, who would you put on him as a Dion? Who would you put on him as a spy though?
Honestly, Fred. I would put Fred.
Did you take him out?
What I would have done was I would have still had him have his mic duties, but I would have said, Fred, your main focus is to watch him, and I would have told Dre, you're going to have to cover the pass. Cover these tight ends, cover whoever, because we need Fred to be with Lamar, because Fred is a sure tackler.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna jump out on this a little bit more. We got to go now. And Dion, check out Dion. Click on him. He's got content coming out about the 49ers all the time. All right, D. Talk to you later.
All right, bro. Have a good night, brother.
You too, fam. Yeah. And, here's the thing about spies. I understand that Lamar, a lot of teams have tried to spy him. It's not effective. Did you see what he did to K'Wan Williams yesterday? I couldn't believe it. He jerked. I mean, K'Wan's clothes, he was butt naked out there with that move. He juked in and juked out. He was gone in a split second. The guy's a complete freak. Hey, James.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
James, just reviewing and thinking about. Hopefully, there was a lot of teachable moments in there for not only the players but the coach too. James, what are you thinking here?
Well, first of all, I want to say good evening to you.
Thanks,
once
man.
again, and thank you for what you do for us with this platform you provide. You are the man, Ronbo. And
too much, but thanks.
I'm
James.
I'm just sitting back, listening to it all, and yesterday was a adverse weather condition game, okay?
Yeah.
And it was just bad footing on both ends, but they came out with a serious rushing attack, which we shut them down and contained them in the second half. And, we adjusted and got better. But I will say this much. I really want to see D Ford get back in the lineup, because Eric Armstead was just getting beat like he didn't know how to play football off the edge.
And biting on the fake.
He kept taking that fake with the running back. I don't get it. And as far as everybody, I don't know if they've been watching this game or not with them sorry Seahawks up there in Seattle. Listen, that receiver they got more had almost 8 yards of separation on Xavier Rhodes, a doggone a straight out and up, and he left him. He had 8 yards of separation on him. Xavier Rhodes has got his head turned around, looking back at the football too early, and
Rhodes
a wide open
down.
touchdown.
Yeah, he's not really
Stephon Diggs got pretty much out physical by the defender, and it was it was pass interference. They didn't call it. The guy took the ball away from him, but he held him as he was going for the ball. And the rest of them looked at it. So 2 things I'm starting to realize that someone told me that's 100% absolutely unequivocally true. Sports betting is the worstest thing to happen to sports, okay? I don't trust the referees. A player from the Cardinals just got suspended for all of 2020 and the rest of this season, okay? They found out he was betting in a game or betting on games. This is ruining the league, man. And you got these referees. How do we know they ain't letting somebody put $5,000 on a game and saying, yeah, well, I'm going to work the game, so you go bet the $5,000.
And he plays the bet himself.
Just don't put it in my name. I'm hearing this thing about if you get caught sports betting that you're going to be fired from the NFL or terminated if you're an employee or player. Well, guess what?
That's got to be a permanent ban.
How about bringing criminal charges against them, which they deserve, man?
Okay? You destroyed the life as soon as you put them out.
If you threaten to lock them up, I can guarantee you they will leave it alone. But that's not happening because we got a wuss as a commissioner, okay?
He probably gambles himself.
But back to what I was saying. I said it last night. I just don't trust Robbie Gould. Everybody else can believe in it. Maybe if I see better out of him, I'll go back to believing in him. But right now, I don't trust him one iota. He stayed out the preseason. He got more money than any kicker in the league. And now it's like to me, he's still like, oh, they didn't realize when I said I wanted to be traded. This money don't mean nothing. I don't trust that dude. If we can find ways in these upcoming games to not only win them, let's put McLaughlin in a 30, 35-yard range. Because so far he's kicked the 48 and a half. He kicked the 48 and a half.
Yeah.
Kicked two of them. One for 48, one for 48 and a half. I will believe in that younger kicker any day. I don't believe in Robbie Gold, bro.
Nice.
I've never seen nobody with that much accuracy all of a sudden after you got the money and inked the deal, put your name on the contract. You're
All of
missing
a
a
sudden you
field
can't
goal
play.
every other important drive. You're missing a field goal or coming up short, man. Every other important drive. And then you look it off like, oh, man, dad, guys, I didn't have my shoelace on all the way, and I put on a shoe too big for me. Lord, if it wasn't illegal to do, forgive me, Father God, having them kind of thoughts. Ronbo? Listen, right now, it's still 10 minutes and something left in the Chickens game. Minnesota is starting to get some momentum. They down by 10 points still, but anything's possible at this point. Okay, anything.
Shouldn't have dug in that hole, though.
And, yeah, man.
But anyway.
But at the end of the day, I'm looking at it like I said, man, I think getting D Ford back healthy, okay?
Very
as
important.
Far as it goes with Michael Thomas, I believe in Emmanuel Mosley. I really do. If Richard can't go. But I'd rather see a healthy cornerback on him than somebody that's limping around.
I agree.
James, you could see they're injured. Yeah, man. I know I got to go, man. Listen, man.
Okay.
I'm feeling it just like any other Niners fan, but I'm still in it for the ride because I've seen this video before, and we're right there. We got to go take this.
Yeah.
There's no holds barred in this. Have a good evening. Be blessed. I'm going to end you with my ending. Niner Empire, Niner for life. Thank you for what you do.
Thanks, James. Hey, have a good night. Yeah, Vikings. You can't send a boy in to do a man's job. Let the 49ers deal with it. That game's gonna be epic if we're tied up at the end of the season. As they're rolling around talking about, hey, 49ers, you guys are the 5th seed. We got that seed now, buddy. Yeah, we'll see. Hey, Niner Mike, forget about it.
Hey, what's going on, Ronbo? How you doing this evening, Ronbo?
Doing fabulous. I've gotten over that game yesterday. I'm ready to move on. I'm looking forward to this weekend already. Niner Mike, but you can reflect on anything you want to from yesterday's game. This is Monday night, and we're designating blame.
Monday Night Raw. I'm sitting here on my couch. I got a nice joint going, and I'm watching. I'm hoping the Minnesota Vikings don't blow it out their ass, Ronbo. That's what I'm hoping on over here. You know what I mean? But who knows what's going to happen? Listen, I was going to make it quick tonight. Shout out to the faithful out there as always. Shout out to you, Ronbo.
Thanks.
Hey, look, the guys played a hell of a game yesterday.
Yes, they did.
We held them to the lowest total of the season.
That's
you know what I mean, Ronbo? I mean, you can't ask for much more than that.
In their house.
Obviously, you like to get a win. You know what I mean? We'd like to get a win, but hey, it was a hell of an effort. And, we came up a little bit short, and that's just that's what it is. Someone said earlier, I don't know who it was, they were talking about playing for a tie. Listen, in the words of Herm Edwards, you play to win the game, all right? We play to win the game. We don't play for ties. If you play for ties in your life, I promise you're not going to get too friggin' far. I can promise you that. Don't play for ties. We play for the win. All right, and when you do certain things, you got to ride with it. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know what I mean? I watched the game a couple of times already, Ronbo. Not the full game, but that part at the end there, they started really loading the box. They started kind of stuffing most of it a little bit because he was going off the way he was. So I agree with Shanahan. I feel like a pass play was a smart thing to do, kind of spread him out in that situation. And I also agree with him when he said he wished he just would have called a better play. I know he's got better plays in his little magic book over there. You know what I mean, Ronbo?
Yeah, I do.
Better than what we've seen. But I still, after watching it, I think it was the right call. We had success running the ball, but then they also stuffed us quite a few times towards the end of the game. They made some adjustments, as did we, and we also really started to slow down Lamar Jackson. I feel like, maybe you'll agree with me on this, Ronbo. I think just in certain situations, look, we can't play them like the straight wildcat, right? Because Lamar's a quarterback, right?
Right.
But in certain situations, and I'm sure now after playing them and the more tape they watch, they're going to realize they got tendencies to really just run that wildcat in certain situations, and that's really what they did on the last drive. I know technically he is a quarterback, but in those situations, I feel like they really put it in his hands, and they just basically let him run the wildcat. If he's going to pull it out of Mark Ingram's gut, he's not going to take it. He's going to keep the ball every time, because that's just the way that they want to do it in those situations, to keep the clock moving and to just make sure that they have the best chance. He's the best player. They're going to make sure he's got the best chance to win. You know what I mean, Ronbo?
Yeah, of course.
So
but you know, Mike,
being said,
what they do well,
go ahead.
I'm just saying, what they do well is hide that ball. When Lamar turns around, it really is. That's why I felt a little sorry for Eric Armstead the first time. Second time, third time, I was starting to get a little pissed. But they hide that ball really well. And that traffic and fast movement, did you see our guys' faces every time that ball got handed off?
Here's the thing, though, Ronbo. Here's the thing, though, right? I don't mean to cut you off, but here's the thing, right? Looking back at the way that they've been playing and what they've been doing, okay? Like Shanahan said, if you don't commit to Mark, he will give it to Ingram every time. And then Ingram's going to be busting off 5, 6, 7-yard clips every time.
Well, he does,
That's
too.
what they're averaging when they give it to him. He averaging, I think it's 5.4 or 5.6 yards to carry, Ronbo. So you have to defend that. Now, what I was trying to get to earlier when saying about the Wildcat, when we play them again, if we get that chance to play them again, we have to treat both things. The way you've seen someone crashing in on the running back, we got to have our secondary crashing in on Lamar, and play it just like the Wildcat. Don't worry about the pass. Don't play the pass. Play it solid for the run for what it is, especially in them 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3s, whatever, 3rd and 4 and less. You got to play the run. You got to play it. And
Hey,
that's
Mike,
that's
one
just,
question on what you're saying. I kind of like this. You know what, though? If that's going to combat, Action Jackson and make the running back beat you. And you know what? The lesser of the two evils is Ingram versus Action Jackson. I kind of like your thinking.
Definitely, but and it really is. But here's the other thing, and it's going to be my last point before I let you go. And I said this a couple of different weeks in a row now. The friggin' injuries, Ronbo. The injuries. Everyone there, they're killing us. People don't realize, all right? It is killing us. And I am overly impressed. Overly. I feel like as a real faithful, I have no right to get on here. I don't think any other faithful has a right to get on here and question anything about what they're doing as far as what they're doing. Listen, we come up short. It happens. Someone loses, someone wins. But listen, I felt it a lot like, you remember the game against the New York Giants before whatever that little Kyle Williams freaking jerk-off fumbled them the ball back in the NFC title game. All right, you remember that, right? All right. We barely won that game because Justin Smith put up his hand in the regular season. But they said when they left that game, they felt good about where they stand against what was called the elite team at the time, which was us. And I feel like our team feels the same way. I feel like we feel good about where we stand up to the elite teams. A couple better plays here and there, and then we end up kicking the game-winning field goal. You know what I mean, Ronbo?
I know what you mean, Mike. We're going to go, though. Mark, I'm going to see you later on the
way.
way.
Have a good night. Shout out to you. Appreciate you as always. All of you faithful out there, have a good week. We're 10-2. And, frig the rest. But look at the Vikings scored. It's 30-34. So let's hope they come back. 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
That's a lot of time. All right. Night, Mark. Isn't that funny? Wouldn't it be funny if the Hawks did lose at this point? Awesome stuff. Hey, yo, Dre.
Ronbo, what's happening,
Hey,
man?
Dre, I'm laughing. Not Mike's last point, man. Is 49ers, they did walk around saying they had fun. See, I like where their head is at. They ain't gonna get disturbed by this. They know what they're worth. They'll be
No,
fine. So let's
yeah,
go.
yeah.
But what
I
are you
mean,
thinking?
it's a 16-game season, bro. I mean,
That's
did
right.
y'all expect us to go 16-0? I mean,
Nah, I didn't.
it just is what it is. Part of the game is wins and losses. What I can say is uh, the NFL's seen the best defense in the league, and they know damn well nobody wants to play San Francisco. I don't care if it's in the rain, sleet, snow, run game. The defense follows you anywhere. It follows you anywhere, Ronbo. I'm not going to be one of these guys that hopes that another team wins for us to be placed. We got to go do this shit ourselves. And if y'all don't remember, the last time we went to the Super Bowl, we had to go to Lambeau and get him the business. We didn't have home field when we went to the Super Bowl. We had to go to other people's house and beat their ass. So, I'm really not too much worried about it. One thing about Marcel Harris, do you know who was the highest rated player as far as PFF goes in rankings?
Was it
Marcel Harris.
Marcel in this game? Yeah.
He had a 91.8, Rombo. The guy played 29 sacks. He had 4 tackles, a forced fumble, and a PBU. I'm not really worried about Kwaski T. We're going to be all right. As far as DJ Jones, these are the games where you got to suck it the fuck up, tape it up, and get out there and play.
Yeah. And DJ might do that, too.
I get it. Sprained ankle, all of that. This is a must-have. We cannot have guys sitting out because of sprains or tweaks or whatever the hell the case is. You got to get out there. Also, Kyle Shanahan, stop playing and go ahead and activate Kentavious Street. The man been training. He's rehabbed. He's healthy. Activate him. We
Is he
need
eligible?
to add more depth to our defensive line.
Can they do it this week? Is it time?
Yes, he could do it. He could have did the shit last week if he wanted to.
Okay, so
I don't understand why he ain't did it.
The time's already come. Okay.
Valawaga is out there, but one of our guys had Julian Taylor. He got damage to one of his ligaments in his elbow, so he's gonna be out for a couple of weeks. So that means we're down to Armstead, Buckner, Nick Bosa, D Ford. Then we got Valawaga, and then DJ Jones possibly. So I mean that's 5 guys. You know what I'm saying? That's 5 guys. If DJ Jones sits out, you know what I'm saying? Well, let's see: Valawaga, D Ford, Armstead, Bosa, Buckner. That's 5, and then
Solomon Thomas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Solomon Thomas. So that's 6. Yeah, thank you, my guy. I appreciate that. So
Dre,
I think now is the time to go ahead and activate Kentavious, bro.
I just want to get your opinion on one question, though. I like your idea about Street, but listen, that Givens dude on the practice squad, that dude is seriously strong and built like a fire plug. Wouldn't it be interesting to see what?
I didn't know that we still. I didn't know that we still had him.
He's still on the PC.
Yeah, man. PS. Yeah, and also this week we're going to have to send some blitz packages. The Saints will be the second best line that we face this year, just like the Ravens.
Do they blitz a lot?
Do the Saints?
Yeah.
Nah, they play pretty strong up front, like our front four, and they got a deep rotation with Cam Jordan.
The Ravens blitzed 27 times yesterday. 27 times. Yeah, that's got to be a record.
They blitzed Jimmy G on 85% of his dropbacks, bro. and he was 15 to 21 in the rain. So
that's why I ain't mad at him about that fumble.
If you want to.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm still mad about the fumble, but you can blitz if you want to. We're gonna take your damn head off and on that dry field, and you know what I'm saying, with that turf. But I just want to run down the numbers of the PFF for the offensive line. You got Teron Armstead 79.6. Andis Pete, who's their weak point, he's the left guard. He's 49.6. You got Eric McCoy, 71.8, who's the center. You got Larry Wofford, who's the right guard. He's 74.9, and Ryan Bamchick out of 89. So this offensive line is
Dre, one
out.
question: Is Armstead in? I saw him get hurt last week. Is he okay now?
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I know he didn't play this week, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to pull out all of the stops this week and play
Well,
against
bring him
us.
out there. An injured Armstead, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, bring his ass out there. I want to see him. I want to see how he does against Nick Bosa. I really do. But what I've seen the Falcons do a lot, they showed blitz, and they all went back into coverage besides for one guy. So what they would do is they would bring a linebacker, both linebackers up, and they would bring up a safety in the box. But then they would all drop except for one guy, and that one guy would expose the gap to get the sack on Breeze. So we have to be pretty charged up. This game depends on if we can get pressure on Drew Brees. If we get pressure on his ass,
don't even worry about that. Dre, we got to pull up.
Yeah.
We'll continue with this conversation this weekend because we're getting ready to play the Saints anyway.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir. Hey, man, shout out to TNT fan, man, Trey Trez, Big Show, you know what I'm saying? Shay Lewis, Russo, my player partner Will, man, Jerry Fresh, you know what I'm saying? Bob Money, all the guys, man. Hey, look here. We do not hope for another team to do our job, okay? We should have won. We should have won yesterday. We should have beat Seattle. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. We have to go out and
do it yourself.
We have to go out and beat New Orleans this Sunday. If we don't, we're gonna have to see the Packers in Lambeau, and y'all know they pissed off about that ass whooping we served them up at home, and I don't want to go play in Lambeau. I do not want to do that. So, you know what I'm saying? I'll see y'all later on this week.
All right, Dre.
All right.
Have a good night. And Dre points to something that's going to be very interesting because the 49ers, what you saw on their defense this week was not their best, right? Wait till they get back to doing what they do because they had to play a whole nother scheme. This week, it's back to lineup, boys. Everybody's job is to get that quarterback. Don't worry about the edges. We got that covered. Get that QB. And now, one of the founding members of TNT, Trez.
Wait a minute, Ronbo. You know what to do. Find that red and gold and go put it up in it.
Trez. Got it sprinkled everywhere. The whole light in the sky with red and gold. Trez, it's Monday night. Trez loves him some Monday night. Trez, let loose. Cut it loose. Whatever it is.
Let me get an installment.
All right. And now, as we always do, it's Monday night. Let me holler at you.
Kyle Shanahan, you got to put your ego to the side sometimes. Sometimes you got to look in the mirror, Kyle Shanahan, and have a real ego check with yourself. Because you have been around football enough with your father, with being a ball boy for the 49ers, that you have seen a whole lot of football in your lifetime, even as a young man, because you are a young coach. You know what I'm saying? So he has to check the ego. We need to know what is our identity, Ronbo. Are we a running team, or are we going to get cute in situation teams? Because there was no need for that game to end like that for us because of our coach. I was out at Walmart today, and I had my 49ers gear on, and every person stopped me and said, y'all coach blew that damn game for y'all. That's coming from everybody else, Ronbo. That's coming from everybody else in the street.
I saw what he was doing.
Y'all coach blew that damn game for y'all. That's all I heard today when I was in the store. If they see it, why can't some of us see it? Because I certainly see it. Kyle has seen too many situations play out in football in his lifetime, Ronbo, to be making these bonehead-ass decisions he's making. So I'm gonna lay that loss strictly on Kyle Shanahan's doorstep, point blank, because we got to stop with the bullshit. We're in the second half of the season. This is go time. This is crunch time, and we got to have our identity straight up front. We a smash mouth team, or we gonna throw the ball? Which one we gonna do? We gonna be this fancy, get cute at times, or we gonna smash mouth? That's it. Because you saw the Baltimore Ravens at crucial times stay true to who they were, and they ran the ball. They stayed true to it.
Trey, you know what though?
But not us.
Trez, you know what's really something that we won against the Cardinals, but granted we're not playing the Cardinals yesterday. Kyle was running the same play as he ran against the Cardinals to win that game. We shot that ball right over the top of the coverage, or right underneath the coverage, right over the hands of the defenders, into the hands of Jeff Wilson Jr. He trots in for a touchdown, but you don't want to go to that well too many times. Yesterday was that day.
Exactly. Too many times, right. And for everybody that's saying, okay, Breida, Mostert should be the 1-2 combination, understand this. TC just got to the 49ers, okay? He just got here. He ain't been with Kyle Shanahan in a couple years since the Atlanta leave, come to San Francisco head coach situation, okay? TC got to get back acclimated to this style of offense, okay? You got to understand, when they were in Atlanta, they changed up that offense as soon as Kyle left, okay? It changed up somewhat. So it wasn't like he was still running it. So, they can lay off of that. TC is still a vital back for us, okay? So however he shakes it up, we're running back by committee. We got a bunch of great guys that are hard-nosed runners, and we need to support everybody that's on the field that receives that ball. And sometimes it's gonna be TC games. Sometimes it's gonna be Mostert games. Sometimes it's gonna be Breida. Sometimes it's gonna be Jeff Wilson. But we gotta support it, though. Okay, so let's stop the flip flop on who should be this and who should be that. Okay. All right, Jimmy G securing that ball. That fumble was strictly on Jimmy G yesterday. Jimmy G was wrapped up, and he didn't go down with the initial wrap up. Let's not forget the first guy had Jimmy G, and he wasn't going anywhere. He should immediately went on down. He still
priority one.
He kind of stayed up a little bit, and the second blow jarred the ball out.
And I don't know where he thought he was going. Just cover up now. Priority one. And I really wish the officials would blow the play dead. There's no point in wrestling the man all the way to the ground. And then again, if he blows it dead, that one pass he got away with, that wouldn't have counted. So he's got to fold. He's learning. He's learning too slow, but he's learning.
And one more thing, Ronbo, I just felt like we're missing Corn some fierce. You can see where Corn would have made a big difference
in this game. Oh God, yes.
In this game, in the Seattle game, he'd have made a big difference, Ronbo. He'd have made a big difference. So
was he gone for the Seattle game?
That's why I knew it was going to come down to a couple games that we were going to really need him. And I said, wow, damn it, it's showing too. But like my partner Dre just said, we got to go out and we got to win our own games.
Oh, yeah.
I told you yesterday, Kirk Cousins wasn't gonna do shit for us. I told you when the spotlight is at its brightest, didn't I come back? I cut back in on somebody's time to tell you that when the spotlight is at its brightest, Kirk Cousins is a no-show. Always have been.
It's down to 2 minutes. It's down to 2 minutes. Who's got the ball right now? You watching, Trez?
No, because I know Kirk Cousins ain't
it's 30-34. 30-34 with 2 minutes to go. I don't know who has the ball, but that's what's coming
Seattle
down.
has the ball. They just got it back, Ronbo.
Oh, that's it. Game over. All right. Anyway.
But and I'm with you, Ronbo. I think Kevin Givens should be given the opportunity. I would love to see
because that dude
he was so explosive in the preseason.
Yeah.
I would love to see him be on this roster right now, and let's see what he got. Because that dude was moving something. You hear me? He was moving something.
They could not move him.
Yeah, you could. So,
all right, Trez.
That's it, Ronbo. Shout out to the TNT fam, man. Everybody had great points, man. And we love you, Ronbo. Everything you do for us, man.
Thanks, Trez.
I'm laying this one at Kyle's foot, man. He got to stop this one. He got to stop this. We need at this point. Our identity should be in cement at this point. Or who we are. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Start with the getting cute shit, man. He keeps doing the same dumb shit. And he needs to learn from it. I don't even see Jimmy G coming to the line making audibles. Because you know why? Because Kyle wants him to stick with the fucking play. No matter whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. He wants to stick with the damn play. You got to learn to trust your quarterback at some time, man.
I fully agree. We got to move, though. I'm going to see you this weekend. I hope you get back in here, okay?
All right, Ronbo. Have a good one.
You too, fam. Yeah, if you continue to think about this game, it can be very upsetting. Before you know it, you get angry again. I'm trying to stay cool. Hey, Mark.
I'm with the man, the myth, 49ers fan legend, Ronbo. Man,
Hey, Mike. Good to see you, Mike.
just everything Fred said, except for Colton. Well, I'm with him on the Colton. You got to cheer for him. But everything he just said, man, I'm just repeating, man. He made all the points that I was about to make, all the way down to Quan Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we missed that dude. I think he would have been a difference maker in the game.
Oh, yeah, his experience, if nothing else. Yeah. He's seen it all.
Yeah, just to get off, he had to get to the ball. You know how he reads,
and then
how
there's
fast
that.
he is, getting to the outside, and sticking with being disciplined. I mean, I remember playing high school. You keep your outside edge. I seen one player, I don't know who it was, do that where Lamar was coming at him and he didn't take the angle. He just played side to sideline, and I was just so happy to see that because that's just basic outside protection technique.
Mm-hmm.
You run the guy out of bounds and let your teammates come in.
You got to use that outside.
Close in from the inside.
That's right. You got to use that boundary. Don't give him room to operate. That's you're right. It's basic ball.
So other than that, man, I said it yesterday, man. I love Kyle Shanahan, but this one falls right on his lap. He needs to go look at his last name. He's a Shanahan, and what is Shanahan's known for? Running the damn ball. And I'm not mad at the loss. I'm mad at the fact that it was the coaching, that these players played so good, man. They played a great game, Ronbo. And then we lost to a coaching decision. So that just kind of what made me mad, man. But we 10-2. We still good. It is what it is. We still good. We gonna have to fight. It's coming down. It's crazy how the season started off so fast, and now we talking about wild card and possibilities and all that. This is the NFL, man, and we just gotta have to keep fighting.
And they will. It's like Richard Sherman says, you learn more from losing than you do winning, right? So I feel the 49ers picked up a few tidbits that are going to help them out. And also, this game against the Saints, the 49ers get their weaponry back. The Ravens took it away with Lamar doing what he does. Now they can pin their ears back and go kill Drew Brees, and we'll be fine.
Man, I'm not worried about this. I'm not worried about any stationary quarterback. I mean, I respect them, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, but I am not worried, man. And truth be told, Lamar is dope, but man, I didn't see Superman out there. I'd rather play him twice a year than have to play Kyler Murray and Russell. I fear them more than I fear Lamar. Honestly, that's just I see the talent.
Yes, Kyler, man. Ooh, he's gonna be good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I fear Kyler and Russell twice a year more than I fear if I had to play Lamar twice. I get it. I see why everybody likes the juke moves and all that. But juke moves like a slam dunk. The shit is only worth so many points.
No, and it's gonna stop working at some point. Yeah, you can't be a running quarterback. It'll last a minute,
right?
But not long.
That's just like in the slam dunk championship. That he ain't the best. I mean, I don't know. Anyway. I'm happy with our team, man.
Mark, go ahead and say it. His accuracy, people have lied about his accuracy. He threw a lot of bad passes. He said it was due to the wet ball, and he made a lot of reasoning up. But I watched Lamar play. He's on a dry field. He's okay, but let's not get crazy, start talking about how accurate he is.
He's a crazy athlete. He can throw from different angles. He can do – as far as when you look at him versus the other, the ones – I'm talking about Russell and Kyler.
Yeah.
Those dudes can do it all on a high level at any point in time. So I fear that more. That's why, more than that, what he was doing. So that's more just about shutting down that pretty much playing a Wildcat all damn game, like James said, or whoever that was. But, yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this same game. I think we're going to dominate, man. I know we got to stop Michael Thompson, whatever. I know we got to stop him, but I think we're going to do what we do, man. It's going to be the same song and dance. I wouldn't be shocked if it's another blowout. We're going to do what we do.
Yeah, because Michael's got to have time
Seattle just got
to
the
run
damn
his
ball back, Ronbo. So
no, I'm looking at the scores, 37-30, 21 seconds to go. They've already scored.
Yeah, but
that game's over.
Seattle was kicking off I think they just kicked the field goal, and the ball fumbled out on a kickoff. So it was 14 seconds left, at least for a Hail Mary. They just got the ball back. So it's over.
Oh, yeah. So anyway.
But that's all I got, Ronbo, man. I know we got a short night. You got a packed house. But, man, we 10-2. We good. We're gonna do our thing. We're going to win it out.
I think I agree. I don't see what's going to stop them from here. All right, fam. I will look for you later on this week, Mark. Appreciate you, fam. Have a good night.
No problem. You too.
Yeah. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Ronbo. How's it going?
That's all right, Kevin. And now looking back in yesterday's game, I mean, emotionally I was unstrung yesterday, but we're okay. We're okay.
Yeah. I called yesterday. Now I was pretty pissed off. I think I was expecting callers, but
we're not used to losing.
I mean, I think. I was going to say, Ron, I think most of the callers pretty much summed up everything. The one thing I want to talk about is sleeping on it. One of the reasons why I think I was so mad yesterday is because, Robbie Gould was holding out. He's a kicker. He wanted all this money. And his job is to kick. He's got one job. And you've got, Fred Warner and, these defense, Marcel Harris making plays. And our offense, these guys it was a war yesterday. And, he can't come in and just kick one ball with conviction through the uprights. I know it's bad conditions, but it's like, I feel like he's just been really selfish. And honestly, Gold is older and he doesn't have much range. And, McLaughlin, he's got more range and he's a rookie, but why can't we put our trust in a rookie kicker?
Well, you've already played Gold, and he is like the premier, one of the guys that's got records in the NFL. So you expect him to come in. I mean, you look for him because of who he is and what he's accomplished to get it done. I'd love to talk to him. Robbie, what's going on?
It's a new season, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, he's got NFL record. I think last year he probably set the NFL record for, percentage and accuracy for kicks, but it's a new season. And you know what? Sometimes another guy's hotter. I know McLaughlin missed that one kick, but he was building confidence the last 3 games. I don't think he missed a PAT or a field goal.
That's the only thing he missed. That's the only thing he missed. The game-winning shot. That's the only time he's missed the entire time he's been with us. So, yeah.
Yeah, and the other kicks have looked great, and, he's kicking with confidence. But I don't want to spend the whole time on the kicker thing. But I was watching this Seattle, Vikings game. I turned it off at halftime. I couldn't watch it anymore. I think maybe it was James earlier.
The officiating?
Said, with sports betting. And I think it's true because, there's one play, I don't remember who got tackled out of bounds. Maybe it was the running back.
Excuse me.
And the refs called it would have been a third or fourth down, and the refs called personal foul, late head out of bounds. And that's kind of when everything fell apart for Vikings. So, it just shows you that one call can totally change the momentum of the game. And so, not happy about it. Seattle keeps getting lucky every week, but it'll run out eventually, hopefully.
God, it burns me up. And when you know it, Thielen decides, well, I'm hurt. I can't play today. How do you keep missing games against these guys? I don't know.
Right, exactly.
That's fine. We don't need the Vikings.
But
we get our own work done.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this week. I think we take our anger out on the Saints. And if you're taking a score this early, I'm going to say it's going to be 41-9, 49ers on Sunday. So that's where my head's at. I'm looking forward to the weekend, and we're going to kick some ass.
I got to stop swallowing things down the wrong spot. I'm sorry. Right, Kevin. Kevin, you're gonna go 40 points already.
41-9, Ron, but we're gonna kick ass. We're gonna play pissed off.
Well, it's gonna be dry and footing's gonna be nice, and the guys are spending the week out there in the East. You could be right. Yeah. They could be burning up mad, thinking we got to do everything right this weekend. And I mean, we're gonna be perfect, So we'll see.
So, all right, Ronbo. Well, thanks for all you do. I'll call later this week.
All right. Be looking for you too, Kevin. Have a great night.
All right, thanks. Have a good night, Ronbo.
You too. Hey, Tony. Tony. Hey, Tony.
Ronbo.
Yes.
What's happening, brother?
Tony, we're doing like we do on Monday. We look back at what happened. Usually we're having a good time. We've only had a couple of bad time Mondays this year. And, I don't know, Tony. And I don't want anybody to take this as a shot, but have we become spoiled? We're 10-2, Tony. How unfortunate are we? I'm reflecting on what we're doing here, and I'm thinking, you know what? We're probably one of the luckier teams in the NFL. What if we were Miami or who else? The Bengals, or even the Steelers. There's some of these other teams that are just really scratching and clawing, trying to get one nut, a bunch of other squirrels. So, but yeah, what are you thinking?
Well, Rombo, I'd like to say let's take a few positives out of the game, and I think one thing, in my eyes, in my opinion, is that I would say if you take Lamar Jackson out of the Ravens, there'll be a lot more teams beating him than what they have.
Oh, no doubt.
And I also think that the Ravens are at their absolute peak, and our team is nowhere near their peak.
True.
So, to me, there's if you put the two teams side by side, we're banged up still, and like Trez was saying, Quan Alexander out there, I think would have made a big difference as well. And if you put the two teams side by side, we have got a lot more improvement left in our team than they have.
Much more ceiling, absolutely.
So that gives me the confidence and we held them to a field goal loss. And so that gives me a lot of confidence going into next week's game. And Shanahan, I think if you read between the lines, both games that we lost, Shanahan said that he was proud of the whole team when we played Seattle and this team on all sides of the ball. Every time we win a game, he never says that. So when he says he's proud of the whole team,
that's a good point, Tony.
He's taken the blame indirectly.
Yeah, that's true. He did not say anything other than being proud of the team, and he should be. The 49ers did something that no other team has done against that team. They shut up. They kept them to 20 points, and they had to get that in the last second. 49ers are without question the best team in the NFC. They just got to put it all together at the right time. No worries.
Yeah, I don't think we've got. As long like I've been saying it all season, we have to just peak. Our team has to peak at the right time. You know what I mean? When the playoffs, if we make it to the playoffs and we're peaking, then look out, watch out.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that will mean everybody fully understands their job. They've got all the basics and fundamentals down solidly. They're not making sudden mistakes. And you're right. I dare a team to try to stop them then.
And we've got a very young team, Ronbo, a very extremely young team. We've got a lot of rookies. We're banged up. And to lose by 3, hey,
to that team?
Like the other guy said, coulda, woulda, shoulda, it's over.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Let's just move on,
That's right.
The positives are that we've got a lot of room for improvement. They're at the absolute peak. So if we play them again and we patch up and we've improved on that game, they're gone. We beat them.
Even if Robbie just decided to show up to work that day, that's that's all it takes,
And weather-wise, I think our D-line probably not getting off because of the wet as fast as they normally would on a dry track.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So all right, the weather's the same for both teams, but I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. You know what on that, though, Tony? Did you notice the assignment? Did you notice Nick standing out? Normally, Nick's coming in like a madman. Did you notice, though, he was trying to protect the edge? The assignments were like, they're taking our guys out of character. Nick can no longer cut loose, foam at the mouth, and go get the quarterback. He's got to stand there and wait, because if he crashes, Lamar's going to take advantage of that, and everybody knows it, right? This week, no more crashing. Be yourselves, guys. Kill! And that'll be the name of the game. So we'll be back to normal. But even with that, Tony, they've had to fall in that assignment. They acclimated. They did a good job. This is why Kyle's proud of them, as we should be. So there you go.
And 49ers coming off a loss, Ronbo, that's a dangerous team to play.
Agreed. But Tony, Tell me we're going to go, and I'll tell you what, I'll look for you later in the week, huh? All right? Good
No
stuff.
problem, brother.
All right.
Shout out to everybody, and thanks a lot. Thank
All
you.
right, fam.
See
Here
you,
we
mate.
go. The Vegas Seahawks. Let's hear the excuses. Vegas, I've never offered you any excuses. Your team gets away with a lot of things. You're not going to get away with it against the 49ers twice. You played the Cousins Vikings. Good for you. Congratulations. When you see us in the final game of the season, maybe we'll talk smack together. But right now, I could give a rat's butt. All right? Thanks for the contribution. Hey, Omar, down in Dade City, Florida. Come on in, Omar.
Ronbo, how you doing, my friend? How's the season going for you?
Just sort of chilling, getting back on what we did yesterday and thinking about it. You know, when you reflect on it, it's not as irritating 24 hours later as it was the day of. Boy, what are you thinking?
Man. It's okay, man. Listen, man. It's a loss. You got to put it behind you. Like coulda, shoulda, woulda. You know what? It happens. You win as a team. You lose as a team. We played well. There's a few things we could clean up, but plus like not having D Ford out there, that kind of hurt us. But like I said, we took it to them in their house. We played a good football game, so we have nothing to hold our heads down. We played a hell of a game.
That's right.
I'm proud of my team. We played well, and we could have beat them. It could have went down to any, this game was more of a 50-50 game. We could have gone either way.
Hey,
we played good football.
It's the
and
bottom
we have
line.
nothing to be mad about.
That's it. You had two heavyweight fighters out there, and it was won by a decision. There was no knockout. So, yeah, you're right.
No.
I feel great.
But we never got blown out.
Not a
bit. We never got blown out. The last two losses we had were 3 points, a total of 6 points.
On the season. On the season. That's it.
That's
6
what
points
I'm saying.
between us.
We are 10-2.
That's it.
They're going to the playoffs.
That's right.
Now we're going to be pissed off when we play the Saints. Now, I do want to beat the hell out of the Saints because Drew Brees is not a mobile quarterback.
I know.
And, yes, they have a decent line. I think with D4 coming back and he on the edge and Bosha on the other edge, I think we're going to do good football. I think we're going to play good. I think we're going to go to New Orleans and win. I hope we win anyway.
Hey,
but
you know what? Because Brees can't go deep downfield anymore either. Last time he lose, what's that wide receiver that left us and went there? Anyway, you don't see a lot. I'm the wide receiver for the Saints. The guy that usually goes deep.
The little thin guy that can run number 19.
I know, right? I lost his name. Anyway, you don't see that. Ted. You don't see TG getting anything done anymore, right? There is a reason why you don't see any deep routes being ran anymore.
He's actually fast. He's actually a pretty fast receiver.
He's extremely
but when
fast.
the Niners, when he played for San Francisco, they only made him use him as kickoff returns.
I know.
Because they never used him as a wide receiver. Because I remember when he was playing with us. He's fast, but they never used him as a wide receiver. I said, when they use him as wide receiver? So they never did.
Yeah. And he went elsewhere, and he had a pretty good career as a wide receiver. But the main thing is, Drew Brees' arm is not what it used to be. So look for a lot of quick, short stuff going on this week. And then Michael, of course, being the playmaker that he is. The guy's really strong.
He throws a lot of quick screens, a lot of quick passes, but we can neutralize that. I think Sherman should be back. And if he's not back, we can put Mosley on him. Mosley is fast. A lot of people don't know. That dude got some speed, man.
It's going to take.
He could run. Plus, we got K1 in the slot.
It's going to take strength with that big wide receiver. But you know what? That's fine because Brees is going to have to get rid of that ball a lot faster than usual. So let's see if he's still effective.
Yes. One thing I will say, when the season ends this year, if we go in the draft, I know it's too early to talk about the draft.
We normally do. Every year at this time.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying this in a bad way. When the season is over, hopefully we'll win the Super Bowl. They need to go on the draft. Go up in the draft and get the wide receiver from Alabama. I forgot his name. That dude right there, that dude's real. I like him. I forgot his name. I can't get his name. But the wide receiver for Alabama, look him up. I don't know if it's Needley or Neatly. That dude is bad. I like that dude.
You you want another wide receiver. You know what? That late in the draft, it depends on how far down we're talking about. It's a coin toss, though. Omar, let me just ask you this question, though. Do you put priority one as a wide receiver or an offensive lineman?
Offensive lineman.
See?
And then receiver. Because if we draft a lineman, they were talking about mock draft to pick up the center for Oklahoma. He's a white guy. I don't know his name. He's a big guy. He's a center.
A big white guy.
No,
that's a
I
lot
don't
of
know
guys
his
with
name,
that
man.
description playing center in college ranks.
No.
But I understand.
He's a white dude from Oklahoma. They were I read a lot of the like articles they were saying the Niners mock draft is a center. He's a center from Oklahoma.
Wrap it up because we got to go. And?
Okay. All right, listen, man.
Real quick.
I want to give a big shout out to the Dade City Empire. Thank you, Ronbo, for the platform you're giving us. And let's go out and beat some Saints. And we are 10-2. I know the Seahawks won tonight.
Yeah.
But don't count on Cousins trying to win the game for us because he's sorry as hell.
I know, boy.
Lights are on. That dude, the lights are off for that dude.
He turns into
he's
Kirk
sorry
Cousins.
as hell.
I feel.
Yeah, man, like that dude turns into man, he ain't my favorite cousin. He's sorry as hell. Anyway, peace out, man.
All right. Omar, have a great night. I'll look for you later in the week.
All right, brother. Take care, man. God bless you.
Thanks, man. Hey, Big Steve.
Hey, Ronbo, what's going on, man?
Steve, this Monday night. This is that night that I like to open up the airwave just to let people come in and vent anything that made them extremely mad, or if you want to rejoice in something. Steve, it's all about what's on your mind. We want you to share with us how you're feeling. What do you think about the offense, defense, special teams, coaching? What's up?
I don't know if I want to open that can of worms tonight, Ronbo.
I already got mine out last night, so I'm okay today. But go ahead.
I was going to call you yesterday. I was like, man, I was sick yesterday. I've been sick over the whole weekend. I'm just getting over a cold, man. I was like, you know what, man, I'm just going to wait and call him Monday, dude. I was just so upset about that yesterday. Because here's how I looked at it. I said, if we're in a game with them and they're blowing us out with something, at least I know what to expect. But if you got me hanging on to the last minute of the game and then you blow it, oh man, that was
second time we've had to go through that, Steve, and both of them resulted in losses. Why don't you win one, Kyle? Come on.
And it's always this field goal at the last second type of shit, you know? It's like, come on, give me a break with this. These teams are getting lucky on us, and then everybody's going to be talking the next day about how great. And they were. I was looking it up.
God,
And then,
yes. He's great. Oh,
yep.
The greatest quarterback of all time.
Jimmy G can throw over 400 yards in like 3 different games, or 250 plus this game, 200 plus this game. Nobody ever talks about it, right?
About it, yeah.
Lamar Jackson has and Lamar Jackson has an average game yesterday because we held him. You know what I mean? He had a few plays where he was explosive, you know, but
he wasn't running in the end zone every couple of minutes.
Yeah, but I mean, we held him. We contained him most of that game, and so if anything, teams going forward that have to face the Ravens, they're going to be taking a few plays out of our playbook. They're going to be looking at our tape like, how do we stop this guy? We did what everybody thought we couldn't do, and we contained Lamar Jackson for the most part.
But our offense,
people talking about, man, what's that?
But our offense, a Kyle Shanahan team that has a better defense than an offense. And I understand it, because as I say, this is Jimmy G's first year. It takes a couple of years to learn Kyle Shanahan's system and be fully effective. But not this week, Kyle. Find something they can do and get it done.
Yeah, man, I got to go with what people were saying about, some people were saying how Jimmy G fumbling the ball on that sack that he got. I mean, come on, give the guy a break. We stripped Lamar Jackson too. Marcel Harris came through.
Nobody
with
cares
that
about
clutch
that
play, man.
Yeah.
I think Marcel Harris, by the way, before I continue, I think Marcel Harris might, I don't want to go off one play, but I mean, if the dude can come in one play and make a big impact like that, this dude could be,
that was amazing.
He could be some serious stuff going forward. But
Kwasky
I'm not
did
going
that
to
this
blame
year
it on
too.
Jimmy G fumbling the ball on a sack, man. I mean, what it really comes down to is what they were saying the coaching, man. You know, you're fourth down, you go for it, passing play and the shotgun formation. I mean, come on, what are you doing? You could have just ran. Jimmy G could have just ran that through.
Just sneak. Just get the first down. See, Steve, that's why I complain. If Jimmy G does that fumble in the closing minute of the game, okay, it's directly on him. But that's over. We're in a situation now we can win the game. You can no longer blame G. You got to do this. The game's over in this point. Get it done. Damn what happened before that. So that's why I'm saying, come on, Kyle, do something brilliant here. So, you know.
Yeah, man, that wasn't a good decision by Kyle Shanahan. I mean, what was it, 4th and 2, 4th and 1? Regardless of what it was, you should have went for a running play.
Just
or a
get the
QB
first
sneak,
down.
something. You don't throw the ball, man.
And what are you running the
you
clock
can't make
off?
these plays. Exactly. You can't make these plays when you. I mean, the Ravens are a Super Bowl caliber team. You can't take chances when you're 4th and 1. You either, try to punch it in over the line with a run play or a QB sneak, and you get it, or you don't. Don't take a chance like that and then blow it like you did. And then again, you got to think about too, Robbie Gould missing that 51-yarder. If he had nailed that, it would have been the Ravens catching up to us at the last second.
And how would they press? That's true. And you make Lamar throw, because Action Jackson is all about running. As soon as you commit, boom, boy, he's juking people out. But no, we're going to pass the ball. Well, you know what, though? Big Steve, we got to be fair. He passed the ball. Remember, we beat the Cardinals with that same play. 1 out of 3. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, and they're always going to find a way to blame Jimmy. But Jimmy he didn't throw the ball a lot, but for the throws that he did, the passes he did throw, I mean, he was, what was it, 15 for 21 or something?
Yeah, no,
he
didn't
have any interceptions, so you can't say he threw the interceptions and threw the game away that way.
Steve, we got to go. But remember, Steve, he's under the microscope. If Jimmy makes one mistake, it's going to get amplified way beyond what it is. So that's the way it is. That'll be that way for the rest of the year. But we're not going to worry about that. As long as they keep winning, that's all I care about. Steve, hey, we got to go, fam.
I think, you know what, Ronbo? I know you got to go, but, I just want to say this one last thing, man. Raheem Mostert, I just want to give props to Raheem Mostert because not a lot of people talking about what he did, and he ran for about 150 yards on that team, and that's something to be talked about, man. Raheem Mostert, we got a lot of running backs.
All right.
Coleman, Breida, but Mostert's going to make a splash for that team.
All right, Steve. I'll look for you later this week, huh?
All right, Ronbo.
Hey.
Yo, thank you, man, for what you do, brother. Shout out Ronbo Sports, everybody out there, Niner Empire. We're going to go get Drew Brees this week, and we're going to take our anger out on that Saints team. We're still in this, man.
All right, Steve. I agree. All right, fam. Have a good night.
All right, Ronbo. Take care, man. Have a good night.
You too. And P. Diggy.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Oh, PD, we only did this. This is only the second time this year we've had to do this. We're having a miserable Monday. I mean,
Yes, sir. Yes,
and we ain't
sir.
handling it, but it just sucks. Because this is the game you want to win. If there's anything you wanted to beat, was them friggin' Hawks and then these guys. I would have been fine to lose against the Cardinals. Diggy, dang. But don't let the Hawks get away.
Ronbo, I made the drive up from North Carolina to the game. I was there. Pretty cool. Actually got to catch up with Sherman, talk to him a little bit on Saturday before the game.
That's a cool dude.
Yeah. Oh man, rainy, bad weather. But Ronbo, we've heard it all. A lot of people, there's a lot of different fingers we can point. Obviously, we all proud of the team being 10-2.
Sure.
But I got a couple things I'll go on. I got to start with Jimmy G on this aspect. Now, I'm with you. We paying Jimmy G $100-something million.
37.
Okay. I've seen enough from the team to know we got enough talent to win the Super Bowl, to go on the Super Bowl. Whether we win or not, it's going to ride on Jimmy G. And hear what I'm saying in that aspect. Jimmy has won us some games. To me, he's cost us some games. And we're talking about 2 games for Romo. We're 10-2. The thing is, these fumbles that Jimmy had against Seattle and the one that he had against Baltimore. And granted, there's no quarterbacks that's perfect. Quarterbacks fumble the ball. The great ones do. Quarterbacks throw interceptions. Even the great ones do. But Jimmy, it's one thing if the guys are coming from the weak side and they scripting him without him seeing them or knocking the ball out of his hand. He's fumbling balls that he knows and sees the defense there, and he's just not protecting it. That's just unexcusable. That's the thing that's the thing that Jimmy got to get fixed. Jimmy, when you see the guys right there in front of you, on that sack the other day, he felt the pressure, took his left hand off the ball, and then gets hit by the other guy and fumble it. Jimmy, cover up and go down. It's 3rd and 6. We punt. We got all the momentum in the game. We get the ball first. We go down. We score a touchdown. They get the ball. They don't score. They punt it to us. Okay, so the momentum is on our side. And I get it. There's a lot more in the game than just that. But when in games like that, in that type of weather,
every mistake matters.
You just can't give them points. I mean, the Seattle game, hell, we gave them 21 points on turnovers. But,
somebody else said that.
That being said,
Diggy, that's not true. Somebody else said that too. They actually scored, I think it was said to be somewhere between, I think it's 10 at the most. Because they only,
every time
what was the
we
total
turned
on that
the
score?
ball over, they scored a touchdown.
Yeah, but we didn't. Jimmy scored. They didn't. One, we got the ball back on one fumble, and the other fumble they scored. Yeah, but it wasn't. Somebody said 21 points. I went and looked that up. That's not accurate. And they didn't. Yeah.
You sure about
points.
that, Ronbo?
Absolutely.
I thought they
Go
scored
back,
on every time we turned it over. They scored.
Well, we didn't turn over it.
Remember, one of them they picked it up and ran it in the end zone.
That's the one. David Clowney, he picked up and ran it in the end zone. The other fumble,
right, but he fumbled another one. He fumbled another one that they got right down there between the 10 and the 20 that they scored a touchdown on again.
No, a field goal. And the 49ers stopped them on one of them, and it was no harm. But yeah, I think
so
is
10 points.
Yeah, because the thing I'm saying is, Jimmy has got to learn, and this yesterday was kind of stupid too, because the fact is, he's already in the clutches of the guy, and at that point, it is time to fold up. He went all the way down to the ground with the ball, about an inch or two before he goes to the ground. His knee's not hitting, and they take the ball out of his hands. So Jimmy does have an issue with that for sure, but I don't know. I don't know what Kyle's telling him, and I blame Kyle for that too.
I just ain't got to Kyle yet, Jim.
Yeah, I know, and we're out of time. I understand the hate. People are pissed with Jimmy. I understand that. Kyle plays a role in this too.
Yeah.
If I'm the coach and every week I'm seeing Jimmy fumble in the same way, damn it, Kyle. Walk Jimmy to the side. Jimmy, here's what you do in a fumble situation. You know how to do this? Go down and protect the ball. This is what I'm saying. Game after game, I'm seeing that. I'm looking at Kyle now as much as I'm looking at Jimmy. So, but anyway.
Both of them. I'll just say this, Ronbo, and I know you got to go.
Make it real quick.
I want to say one
seconds.
thing with Kyle. I want to say one thing with Kyle, but I want to say this about Jimmy. It's what I'm saying from the standpoint. I'm not just hounding Jimmy and saying it's all his fault. But what I'm saying is we're good enough at this point. If I'm confident from what I've seen this year, if Jimmy doesn't turn over the ball, meaning he's putting us in position to give the other team points, we're going to win the game.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Oh, we won 10.
Even with Kyle Shanahan bad play calling, because that's just ridiculous. We've heard enough on that. I ain't even going to get into that.
He's the key. He holds the key on everything. We can blame individual players, but Kyle is key. If Jimmy's fumbling the ball, if I'm the owner, Jimmy, I call Kyle up. Kyle, I'm watching Jimmy similar fumble style every week. What's going on with you and him? That's the first thing I did, Make him responsible. Damn it, Kyle. You get together, you hold drills, you do whatever you have to do, but teach him, Kyle. You're the coach. So anyway, as I say, he's basically a rookie.
One more question for you, Ronbo.
No.
I want to get your opinion on this.
We really got to go.
Your opinion. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I was just sort of trying to
If you don't need an answer for the question, if you don't need an answer for the question, ask the question real quick, and maybe the audience will answer it. Go ahead, real quick.
Did we prepare for the read option this weekend practice? So
Okay,
the
there you
first half
go.
of the game looked like we didn't know it at all.
All right, Diggy. There's a question. All right, you got it. We'll talk to you later.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
If you're on the line, I didn't mean you wake you wait. Kay Hendricks, and you know what? Hendricks, here's what I'll say. Remember, Diggy, they held them in the second half to nearly no points. You got to give them a little credit on that. This is a different offense than they faced all year, and they did a pretty good job. I'm going to give them credit on that. Hey, Kay Hendricks.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. I'm about to get straight to it. I'm not going to reflect on back to the Ravens game because, like I said, I'm not really upset about that, being that we held Lamar Jackson down we restrained him compared to other teams.
Yes.
We have a very, very talented front four, man. DeForest Buckner. We got Eric Armstead, Solly Thomas in the cut, Nick Bosa. Man, I think we gonna put the fear in God and Drew Brees, man. We coming off a loss.
Yeah.
We just gonna beat them, man. I got that feeling, man. It's Kyle Shanahan. You got over four first rounders playing against a pocket passer. You tell me, Ronbo, how that's gonna turn out.
I've got a picture in my mind. I see absolute
that's suicide,
destruction.
Man. That's suicide. That's suicide.
Unless he's gonna start running out of that pocket, man, and I can't see that.
I just can't. And we just people talking about, we in the wild card now. I mean, I'm hot about that, but I'm not at the same time because you got to look at the teams that's in the wild card, man. We can beat any team in the NFL, Ronbo. We got the talent for it.
Yeah, we
got the talent. We got the talent for it.
The only thing is,
so
playing in the wild card,
we
just don't want to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? If you get a bye week, you get to save your guys. If you go play the wild card, there's a risk of injury. If we can get in and out of the wild card,
yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, most definitely, man. But I absolutely believe in this team, man. I believe in the coaching. But we like my man said on the other call, man. We have to find our identity, man. This is the time. I mean, we got to, man. It's crunch time. It's not those first 8 games of the season, man.
Okay, Hendricks, you bring that up. How would you define the 49ers? What kind of team are they? What are they? Are they tough guys? Are they smash mouth? Are they finesse? What are they?
I'm gonna go with smash mouth for numerous reasons, man. We in the West Coast. You got to think about that. We not in the NFC East. We in the NFC West. We in a division with 3 winning teams right now, which is including us, the Seahawks, and the Rams. And for us to have this plan, for us to be playing at a certain level right now, is I think our identity is based off the defense, man, and the run. Yeah. I just think so, man. I think so, man.
Right, especially this year. So, I agree.
And we have to utilize the clock more, man. We got to utilize the clock for it. We need to work on keeping the defense off the field, man. And Jimmy needs to, we as an offense, we need to work on staying on the field, man, and whipping up open up the playbook, man. Now is the time, man.
That's why we run a lot. That's why we run a lot. It eats up a lot of clock. You're wearing out the opposing defense. And Kyle does do that. But sometimes he dials up plays suddenly that most of us don't understand. So I got.
Yeah, he's trying to get cute, man. And it's time for that, man. When you on the fourth, when you 1 yard away from getting the first down, it's either you run a QB sneak or you run it in. But I can understand what he was doing though, because everybody got to think about it like this. Kittle was open. Kittle was wide open.
Was he? Because I got to go back and look again. Because
if Kittle would have caught that, me and you we wouldn't even be having a discussion
he'd have went in, right?
I don't know, man.
Even Jimmy said he had him open. Somebody else said he was covered on the chat yesterday. I didn't remember the play, but Jimmy thought he was open.
I think when they showed the replay, I think he was wide open.
Oh, he gets the ball to Kittle. There's no telling what happens.
I'm not sure, Ronbo.
Yeah. All right. So he was trying to do the right thing.
Yeah, most definitely. But man, we need to go in the Superdome. We need to go in the Superdome. We need to shut it down, man. We need to shut it down. Come out there playing like we want to win.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
We got the front line defense to do it. All it takes
Oh
is
yeah,
knock
most
the breeze
definitely.
out. So
Most definitely. See, when you got a team full of dangerous first rounders and more danger and late rounders too, that come from that I just can't explain it, man. It's our defense is just don't kill me for this, but I just think this team is better than it was when Jim Harbaugh was here, man.
Oh no, I don't argue with that. There's some people who are still real sensitive about that, but I'm not one of them.
Absolutely not. You got absolutely not.
Yeah. So Kerry Hendricks.
Absolutely not.
Kenny, I see you later on in the week, huh?
Oh yeah. I'm calling Ronbo, the one and only Ronbo, man. You know I'm gonna call up here, man. Shout out to everybody on the East Coast and the West Coast, man. I'll get with y'all later.
All right, fam. Always great to hear from you. Talk to you later. And then there's Kenny, who says, throwing flags on all you Jimmy G haters. We're 10-2. I think it's okay to take shots at Jimmy. I don't know if we should get real hostile with it, though. I mean, as I say, you win 10 times and you lose 2. Are we really in serious trouble with G as the QB? So I don't know. It's your own personal feeling. It's okay. Hey, B Ham.
My boy Ron
B Ham. Are you rolling down the road or are you at home?
No, I'm rolling down the road. I tried to get on the video, man. It wouldn't let me on the video.
Ah, shucks. I always love seeing you rolling that rig. It may be having a problem today. Hey, B Ham. I share with us, man, your feelings, man. We've lost 2 games this year, but we feel like we should be 12. We should be 12-0. We really should be.
12-0.
Yeah, we really should be, actually.
Ronbo, I'm going to say this. Kyle Shanahan, if you're listening, run the motherfucking football, man.
Please,
you fucked it up in the Super Bowl. You fucked it up against the goddamn Seahawks, and you just did it again.
Oh, God.
4th down and 1, I would have felt better with us losing the game.
Yes.
If
they stopped them.
We couldn't convert on 4th and 1 with the run.
That's acceptable, ain't it?
The only problem is, only problem I have with Jimmy G, you want to know what I really would love to see Jimmy G do?
What?
For one reason, I would love to see him pump fake. He needs to do that shit Tom Brady. Do the shit Tom Brady used to do. If you
Especially
go
since
back
Tom's
and watch Tom Brady, when he first got in the league, a lot of his balls used to get batted down. Pump fake these motherfuckers and get them to jump and then throw the ball.
Yeah, and that would have worked yesterday, too, because that dude blocked the punt. If Jimmy just gives this shot and let that dude jump, especially you can see him, and now let that thing go, you're so right, BM. Where is the pump fake?
He don't never pump fake.
Again,
also, if you get him to pump fake, you can get a defender to react quick. And then now you got a PI, because he probably would have jumped all over the man back before the ball got there. Now you got a PI.
So true. Again, where is the quarterback whisperer? Talk to him, Kyle. Don't let him continue to do the same things wrong. He's a glorified rookie. He needs more education. Yeah. Kylie, I'm
not blaming Jimmy G. I mean, I know he done fumbled, you know what I'm saying? Hey, the last couple of weeks the man hadn't thrown a pick. We should be happy. We 10-2. I mean, anybody will fumble. The main thing, we need to really work on our offensive line. So that dude need to be able to stand back there and piss and do whatever he need to do and decipher and pick people apart. That's really what had Tom Brady as good as he is.
Line
Brady
protection.
Used to lead a game without his
uniform ain't even dirty. Yeah.
We need the same thing, man.
Yeah.
If we get that, man, that and probably another good 1 or 2 receivers. The thing that's really troubling me is what the fuck is going on with Keith.
He's done.
I seen at the end of the game yesterday, he was damn uniform white as snow.
Keith is in the doghouse. BM, I love Keith. I really always did. I think he's done. I don't think he may not take another snap in San Francisco. I got a feeling he's out of here next season. Well, he's been in situations where he didn't deliver where he should have, and Kyle he's getting impatient about that. You know what the three is now? And going forward, you know who your three wide receivers are? It's going to be Sanders, Debo, and Bourne. Kyle already said it today. These are the guys who are going to get the most time from here on.
I wonder what Jalen Hurd going to look like when he comes back.
Oh, I can't wait, but we got to wait till next year. And then he becomes number 4.
Hey, on some real shit, we got problems when we run into a scrambling quarterback. And I swear to God, I don't know what was going on with Nick Sala yesterday. He should have just told him, man, listen, man, quit crashing quit running after the running back. Keep the edges contained.
Oh, hey,
and
BM, you meant Bosa. I thought you said Fowler. Yeah, Nick Bosa. Yeah.
I mean, for whatever reason, he should have told each defensive end, go straight. Do not run inside. Run straight down the field and keep him inside. Don't let this man get the outside. I'm sitting up here. I'm like, here he comes. Lamar finna run the ball, and they run straight in towards the running back.
Yeah. But
Straight
you know
in
what?
towards the running back.
They were trying to keep the outside guys out there. But you know what was going wrong with that? We had the cornerbacks reacting to the movement. He's really hard to read. He'll take it up the middle. Wherever the pressure's at least, he's going to take it in that direction. He saw that the edges weren't crashing. He kicks it down the middle. You see him doing that? And then as soon as they did weakly crash to it, he went to the side.
You know what we should do, Ronbo?
There you go.
We should go back. Two last key things. First of all, they got Greg Roman. We know what the fuck Greg Roman made out of.
He's modified things a little bit though.
They're gonna get deciphered. Not too long, but we should go back and do the same thing that the Ravens did to us in the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
They said when you line up in that pistol shit, run pass option. All thing we need to do is go touch his ass. That is why that's the problem that's what they did to Kaepernick.
Yes.
Every time they thought Kaepernick was gonna run the ball, they ran up there and hit his ass.
There you go.
They made sure he gave the ball to the running back. Do the same thing to Lamar.
And they will. You got to catch him first. BM, we got to go. Great to hear from you, fam.
Hey.
I'm going to tell you what, I'll see you later on during the week. All right?
All right. Be safe, man.
And I was getting ready to tell you, you please be safe out there. See you later. All right, fam.
All right. Bet.
Yeah. And and BM and everybody else is right about what you do for Action Jackson. But it's easier to say than do. The 49ers did a lot of things of what we're talking about, and it didn't work. I knew we were in trouble when I saw Nick standing behind the offensive lineman. His eyes were that big. Nick has never seen anything like this before. But I thought Nick, what school did Lamar go to? I thought he'd seen Jackson. Jackson's not from the SEC, is he? Or big. Okay. Hey, Daryl. Come on in, Daryl.
Yo, Ronbo, what's going on?
Daryl, as usual, we're trying to figure things out here. Nick's never played against Lamar, has he? Even in school?
I don't think so.
Because I'd never seen that look on Nick's face since he's been in the league. Nick was actually just mesmerized. I've seen a couple of times they put cameras on him, and Nick looked like, the hell am I? What do we do with this guy? Okay, because I saw that big offensive lineman said Nick would run around, the offensive line would carry him out of the play, and Nick would just freeze. I said, Nick, keep moving. So that was. They learned a lot from that yesterday, though, because Sork's going to take everybody, sit them down, and say, "Listen, guys, it's my fault. I should have better prepared you for what was going to happen, and I probably didn't give you any options. what to do if this and that happens. Well, we're going to watch the film today, and this guy's never going to beat us again. But, it's too late now. But I got a feeling some new things were learned yesterday. But, Daryl, go ahead. What are you thinking there?
Well, I'm thinking, for one, I believe in the first quarter when Nick Bosa, just shedded, did that swim move on that tackle.
Yeah.
And the Lamar kept the ball. He was gonna clap Lamar in the back, but Bosa lost his footing and slipped.
Oh yeah.
He lost his footing. I know. I'm like, I almost had him, and then he got that lucky block when 86, like I mentioned yesterday, 86. I swear to God, you look at that tape. Number 86 on Baltimore, he was getting away with a lot of illegal chop blocks and holds on those options. I swear to God. I don't even think they got called for a holding play the whole game.
All day.
No, I think all they got was illegal formations. I think that's all they got on offense for the Ravens.
Call.
And they got away with a few delay of games too. They snapped that ball incredibly late.
But
I'm not using.
Yeah, as I said, we can't use that as a reason. But you know what? I really don't like the holding call. I mean, just not calling holding. And some of the holding was just blatant. I said, oh, come on, ref. You don't see that? I mean, he's almost got him in a chokehold. And he's standing behind him. Come on.
But like what you said too, what I was going to say, that we can't use that as an excuse, but still, regardless. But if you look at it, what the offense did with the run game, they exposed that Ravens defense, and that Ravens defense was ranked 3rd in rushing, and they just dismantled them. The reason why is when you have a tight end like Kittle, who is, I don't know why some people were saying, oh, he's not a good blocker. Bullshit. I think he's one of the best blocking tight ends in football.
There's no
if it
doubt
wasn't for his
about
blocks,
that.
those runs, those holes would not have been possible for Mostert if it wasn't for those key blocks by Kittle, and of course, credit Juszczyk also on those outside blocks. But
well,
still,
that's what he does.
There's a formula. Yeah, there's a formula how to attack this Ravens rushing defense. Is that if you have a tight end or a fullback or maybe another tight end for an extra blocker, do those outside zone plays, runs, you get that block, and then all you have left is like maybe a linebacker or a safety to really chase you down, or even a corner. That's really how you can expose, that Ravens defense is just outside runs, because you can't run inside. They're pretty good in the inside for tackling, but outside.
Oh, Daryl, because of what you're saying, because they're big dudes. The 49ers, Kyle could have exploited it all day. They get tired. They're not. You start running that stretch, and that's all Mostert was doing. He was running through fat, tired dudes, and he was making a living on it, because they were getting tired. And we gouged them for 146 yards for one running back. Nobody's done that against them all season. That's all you got to do.
Nope.
Keep them out there.
Yeah. Yep, and I know teams who are going to watch that tape are going to feast on that. Like, oh man, if they can do this, why can't we do this? And who knows? Their defense might probably get a big dose of reality, a big punch in the mouth, probably the next couple of weeks. Even though they're probably going to get back on the routine and start blowing teams out.
Oh, they are.
Like what they've been doing, but they couldn't do it to us though, because that was actually the main shocker. I mean, regardless, overall, we can't be shamed, about this loss. Our 2 losses this year came down to field goals, and our defense has been playing outstanding. The stats from yesterday showed Lamar. He did what he usually does, his running. But look, like predicted, passing yard wise, barely reached over 100 yards. Of course, he managed to reach 100 yards rushing also, but he only had he had 2 touchdowns, right?
Yards
no, a touchdown
in the air.
Yeah, 106
so really,
yards.
It's the same thing. Whether he passes over 200 or runs for half, he's a balanced guy. Okay, he runs and he throws. Okay, but that still wasn't as bad as most. 150 yards less than usual is what the 49ers held that attack down to. So I ain't mad at him. So we're okay.
Oh yeah, I believe so. And to get on to this Saints game, I really believe that we're gonna go into the Superdome and we're just gonna
pound them into submission.
I guess we can go for it all. Just pound the ball down their throats
and kill Breeze. Daryl, we're out of time. Let's talk about that game coming up this weekend, like we always do. Friday, we'll talk about what we're gonna do with the Saints. Okay.
All right, Ronbo, I just want to give a shout out to you, and you have an outstanding platform. I'm
Thanks,
glad
man.
you have a show like this, for us Niner fans to talk to. Love
It's
your
my
show, man.
pleasure. Thanks, Daryl. Always great to hear from you too. All right, look for you this
All
weekend.
right,
We're gonna get
Ronbo.
all of the Saints game. All right, have a great night,
All
man.
right, Ronbo.
All right,
You too.
and it's gonna Dre Phantom.
What's up, Ronbo?
Dre, it's the aftermath. There's only the second painful aftermath we've had all season. But like Dre said earlier, did we really think we was gonna go 16-0? I think we did. Well, we could have, actually. We had the Hawks beat. Just make the field goal and send them sorry Moso home. And then yesterday's game, there's so many reasons. But anyway, I could take the one. If we were 11-1, I'd be fine. It's no shame in losing to the Ravens, actually. It is to the Hawks, so I hate that team. And God. Anyway, but what are you feeling?
Yeah, man, I'm with you. And it does feel like we could be undefeated right now, and I think that's the agony. And I say this speaking from the fan side, of the sport. And when we very well could have won both of those games, it just hits a little different. And I like to call Seattle the Seattle Sea Thoughts. That's my name for that.
Why Sea Thoughts though?
Sea Thoughts.
Yeah.
It's just another name I can get to rhyme with Hawks.
Well,
but,
also sea farts. That works.
There you go. But you know what, man? It's so coming from the fan aspect, it's a little draining, especially when you want to hit those games in this time of the year. Like, we can accomplish the big challenge at hand. And it's exhausting hearing everybody talk about it, and then with Seattle winning tonight. But and again, I keep referring back to speaking from the fan side. I'm sure the team is corralling together, while they're out in Miami, and they're ready to get to it. But
this is a good thing.
That's why you have your talk show for us to, talk about these things as fans. But yeah, man, I'm feeling good about going into New Orleans regardless. Despite the loss, but I think we're gonna be good. And just say, for instance, we don't get to have everything come through Santa Clara. I feel good about us going on the road. The team has showed us a lot this year.
They don't play that much less, do they, on the road? Some of the most impressive games they've played have been on the road, actually. They've done well in both places. But the road doesn't kill the 49ers because good defense and running game, it travels well, yes.
Absolutely. It does. And I'll be watching. It's funny about Marquise Goodwin. It seems like he's following every other player on Instagram, like the players from the Rams, and he's liking Jalen Ramsey's posts and different. I'm like, what is Keith doing?
He unfollowed Jimmy G. I don't know. Keith sees the writing on the wall. He knows he's done. I mean, Debo's coming on. He's not gonna be able to replace Debo. Even Kendrick Bourne is taking his job, and of course nobody's gonna take Sanders out. If not Ford, but if Jalen Hurd looks good next year, well, that's it.
Yeah, and I forgot about him. We had some pieces that probably not gonna make it in this season, so that's true. And I heard the guy earlier talking about the draft, and obviously quite early to be talking about the draft, but you already know John Lynch is looking at these teams that we have to go against this year, and they are going to go build and even harder for next season. Trust and believe.
Yeah, hey, but Dre, do you see, after watching Action Jackson over in Baltimore, do you see future teams looking for this kind of a quarterback? Now, Jackson's a one of a kind. But you look at the Giants with their quarterback, great mobility, long, athletic. Who else is it? Oh, you're over in Buffalo? Look at that quarterback. Is this going to be a trend? Interesting, huh? I am. Go ahead.
I was going to say it is really interesting, and I really think, obviously, as we know, having Cap, with us, but
I think is getting more popular because one, the rules protect the quarterback so much. But if they loosen that chain on the rules, and you can bang these quarterbacks, which I think that's what should be allowed.
You can still blast him if he's out of the box, but yeah, you're right.
Right. And so if you could barely hit the quarterback and he's becoming a runner, especially like a Lamar who is not trying to run to throw, he's trying to run to score, you should be able to knock his block off, for running like you would be, anybody else, any other running back coming through there. And so and it's funny how people give him credit because he is a skilled person. But if you have the ability to fake like you're going to run, you're going to have an advantage, just period. So it's not like he was just a regular running back in a system, let's just say he wasn't a quarterback, he wouldn't be getting yards like that.
You know who's going to be the most dangerous of all these guys, though? He's in our conference, and it ain't Russell Wilson either. Look out for Kyler Murray. I'm telling you, I saw him throw a shot at Larry yesterday. I said, damn, that's accuracy.
Wow.
Some of these other guys aren't that accurate. But Kyler, as fast as a bullet and accurate, he's dangerous, and he's going to be dangerous. So,
definitely, I agree.
Man, anyway.
Definitely agree.
Hey, Dre, great to talk to you, man. I'll look for you this weekend when we talk about what we're going to do with the Saints. Okay?
Sounds good. Yes, sir. Sounds good.
Appreciate you, Dre. Have a great night.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Thanks, fam. Yeah, but anyway, fifth seed, I laugh at the wild card situation. Maybe one wild card that nobody wants to see. There is no number one seed that's tougher than the 49ers. Mr. Superfly 87. Russell will choke again in the playoffs, don't worry. Watch the 2016-17 playoff games. Russell couldn't carry them in the win. They choked. Oh, yeah, ask me for it. I know. This is why I get mad. But you know what I do like about the Seahawks doing this every year? They can't get a draft pick because they keep on getting all the way through the regular season. Then when the playoffs come, they might make it to the first round, but for sure they won't make it past the second round. They haven't been in the NFC Championship in forever. But that's why I call them, oh, man, would you guys get out of the way? Your time is up, Hawks. Stop getting in the way. Just move along. Hey, Bill. Come on in, Bill.
Ronbo, I was watching the Seattle game against the Vikings. They were bouncing on the receivers. It should have been a lot of flags. It shouldn't have won that. It should have been a pass interference call on that fourth down in the
Never
fourth
happened
quarter
in Seattle,
when they
Bill.
went for it on the fourth. It's not going to happen, so this is something we got to look forward to. But what we can do is pay attention to the fourth. I think it was the fourth quarter is when they showed how to shut Russell down.
Yeah.
How to contain him. We need to pay attention to that.
Oh, Bill.
If we pay attention to that, we got them. Let us be at the fifth seed because after we beat the Saints and the Seahawks, we move back to number one.
Bill. I bet your Bill's phone ran out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Bill, even if we don't, we get to play the Cowboys in the first round. The Cowboys haven't beaten a team over 400 all year. So I kind of like that just to get warmed up. And then we already know how to play Hawks. After you've played Action Jackson, Russell Wilson is moving at snail speed. I like the odds.
Can you hear me, Ronbo?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, let me make this clear. If we beat the Saints and we beat the Seahawks, we go back to number one.
Well, yeah, I know. You got to beat the Rams, too. And Falcons. Rams and Falcons.
Hold on, the Rams?
No,
You're
I'm
talking
just
about the Rams.
I'm just counting.
Why are you worried about the Rams?
No, I wasn't. I was just counting the teams. We got to beat the. Well, yeah, you're right. The only two teams we're concerned with. Well, we got to beat the Saints, Atlanta, and
Who's
LA.
Atlanta? Who's
yeah.
the Rams? We're gonna beat the Saints. All we gotta do is beat the Sea Chickens if they don't lose one or two before. Because it showed how to beat them. They could lose to a sorry team. I'll be laughing my butt off. We still got all season left.
They got to play the Rams.
Even though we have to,
next week.
Rams,
you said a sorry team. There you go. They got to play the Rams Sunday or this Sunday.
Yeah, so the Rams are going to beat them. I picked the Rams to beat the Seahawks. So there you go. We move back up.
That could be
we
funny,
beat
wouldn't
the Saints. The Rams beat the Seahawks. We move back up.
They have 1 week to laugh.
At the fifth seed. We said the 5th seed this week. Let's enjoy the 5th seed because we're going back to number 1. Ronbo, calm down.
I'm not worried either way. I'm not. The 49ers can be a wild card. I do not care.
No.
Because they're still going to get it
Seattle's
done.
going into Dallas. Dallas is going to beat the Sea Chickens. We're going to meet the Cowboys in the divisional game, not the wild card game, and we're going to beat the Cowboys in the divisional game to go on to host the Packers. And we're going to eliminate the Packers.
Bill, here's the bad
Or
thing,
the
though.
Vikings.
Bill, but only one bad thing, though. Whoever the Cowboys play, whatever wild card team comes to play them, the Cowboys are leaving the playoffs, Bill. This is why I want us to escort the Cowboys out of the playoffs.
Actually, I think the Cowboys will win this one. They'll win one. They'll win one wild card game against the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, well, honestly, Bill,
I want
to be
the
honest,
Cowboys to beat the Sea Chickens.
they
That would
can't.
be
Bill, they can't.
Bro,
Honestly.
the refs, have you not understand? Sometimes the refs decide the game. And the refs are going to decide the game against Seattle and Dallas. They're going to favor Dallas because Jerry Jones is going to get on the podium the night before the game and start crying, and the referees are going to feel sorry for him and give him the win against Seattle.
I like your scenario. I would love to see that. And Jerry would say things like, I'm real grateful that the referees at least called a fair game tonight, and we're going to move on into playoffs and see what we can do. Jerry, you got a break. You paid those officials. I would accuse there should be an investigation. If the Cowboys beat the Seahawks, you know how bad I hate the Seahawks, I would think there was some foul play going on. The Cowboys are just awful.
But you know what? As much as I hate the Cowboys, I hate Seattle more. So what? Leave it alone. Let the Cowboys move on. We'll eliminate them and send them home. You guys had a good season. Goodbye. Thank you for going to beat the Cowboys, Seattle. Bye, Felicia. I'm not worried about it. You know what? Calm down, man. I mean, it's going to work itself out. And as far as the Ravens, we're going to meet them in the Super Bowl. People better understand
I like that idea.
They're going to the Super Bowl. We're getting our revenge. And I want that taste in the team's mouth. I want that taste in the team's mouth. I want them to feel the loss. I'm glad we lost that. We need to have that taste going into the Super Bowl to meet the Ravens so that we go in and we play with the hunger, more hungrier than them and more angrier than them, and we eliminate them in the Super Bowl to become Super Bowl champions. That's my prediction, bro.
I like that too. Bill, I support you full 100%. I just don't have any faith in them boys.
Close.
Well, them boys.
Well, yeah. I ain't worried about the boys. The boys are going to eliminate the Sea Chickens because it's going to be a fixed one, and I'm happy with that. I don't want to see Seattle move on, and we all know it's going to be fixed. I'm going to laugh. The Seahawks are going to start crying. They're going to start running their mouth, especially after we beat them in their home, and then they get eliminated in the playoffs in the wild card, saying they should have had the bye week. No, goodbye. You got eliminated. You're not going anywhere. You want to get out of the way. That's your out of the way call, Ronbo.
And you don't get a high round draft pick.
We beat them. We beat them at home at the end of the week, and they get robbed in the playoffs. That's poetic justice for what they did to us on week 10. That's poetic justice. That's sweet symphony.
Well, Bill, I'm going to go, and I tell you what, we're going to talk about the Saints coming up this weekend. I'll be looking for you.
Man,
love your takes.
We got the Saints. We got the Saints, Ronbo. Come on now. He's not a running quarterback.
And
one more thing about that roughing the call passer. They did. The Ronbo did. Sherman did come out and say something about that. They do need to change that. If they're more, if they give themselves up like that and start running, we should be allowed to hit them.
They should be meat, exactly. All right, Bill. I'm gonna tell you what. As I say, I'll see you this weekend.
Ronbo, can you do me a favor?
What's that?
Mine wants to hear a Ronbo shout out.
What?
She wants to hear you shout out Niners.
Oh, no problem. Are you ready?
Ready.
Niners!
You there?
That was for Bill and his lady.
All right, she's kind of shy to speak. I'll see you guys. When are you coming back on?
We'll be back Friday for the. We're gonna run down the scores and see what's gonna happen here. All right.
All
right, Bill. You have a good night. You and your
have
lady.
a wonderful night.
Thanks. Bye bye. Yeah, I can tell you, fam. I don't have any faith in the Cowboys doing anything. That's why I said we ought to go in and just see, because it's just fun to beat the Cowboys. You know, there's a history between us and the Cowboys that dwarfs what's been going on with those clowns in Seattle. That's why I said, you know what, you go in and beat the Cowboys to death so Jerry can say, well, I have pretty much thought about my coaching situation as it is, and I'll be making some decisions maybe toward the middle of the off season. I've got no more questions that I'm going to answer today. Thank you very much. Hey, but Jerry, why did you make that decision earlier? I've said I have no more answers today. Did you hear me, son? Jerry Jones, you know, he does kill me. What is... Anyway, fam, hey, hit that like, please, fam. You know how much I love you, and I can't wait to see you as we get ready for the Saints and Nolans.